How's it going, guys? Rebel by choice, evening. Luke Sargent, hi, how's it going, dude? Just going to build another one of these bridge building things, because I may as well have two. Why not? Treat myself. Alex Glaze, hi, how's it going, man? Load Toad 84, how's it doing? How's it going, dude? What's that? Mima 9464, hello, how's it going, man? Larry Clegg's president. He's in fact the Hummer president. I was trying to look which chain I prefer. I think they're the nicer ones. They look pretty good. What's an offline winch? What's the difference? Low strength, but a battery. Well, let's give it a go. Can always get a goddamn professional if we need a bit of an extra boost. My PS4 broke. Yeah, that sucks, man. I think, are you the guy that's been saying it in the comments? That's so. I think, are you getting it fixed soon? I don't believe you will lose your save data though. There should be a way to get it back, especially if your PS4 is being fixed rather than you just say, you know, scrapping it and getting a new one. Wayne Brown, hey Lone Wolf, what's going on? Not a lot, dude. How are you doing? Freaky V, is this a mod? Yeah, this is. I'm on my modded playthrough. This is what's it called? The RNG TX 8x8. As you can see here, I can put the bridge laying thing on it. Also, Richard Rowe, what's up, Wolf? How's it going, man? Load Toad, need Cosmodrome open, easiest way to do that. Cosmodrome. I've got a video on my channel. If you go back like a couple of weeks, sort of around the time this this phase first came out, you're best off doing a mission called Warehouse Troubles, and then A Heap of Work, I believe it's called. Sucks at rots. This the dolphin. It's not, but I suppose it's pretty close. That's kind of roughly where I would put it at. I'm only going to leave that tow bar. I do quite like the look of it, but as you can see, it kind of adds extra stuff at the bottom of its chin, and I don't really want to do that. Luke Sargent, your videos are great. I appreciate it, dude. Glad you're enjoying them. Super Dave 72, how's it going, Mr. Lone Wolf? I'm all good, cheers, dude. How are you doing? Oh yeah, as well, yeah. I think there's a couple of new, what's it called, Bartleby mods, including a Zix 605R, which I'm pretty damn interested to get. In fact, I've already bought one? I feel like I might have. Yes, I have. I don't think I've done it up or anything, so I'll have to upgrade it quickly. Unreal. I like the sound of that one. Uh-oh. 6-speed automatic. I just don't want one that's programmed like the fine-tune ones. Sorry, I can't read the name, but hey, Mr. Lone Wolf. How's it going? Sarah Smith. Your mum is a tow bar. I'll pass the message on, I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Superflex. See, I would just word them as great, greater, and the best. I don't know, we'll go for that one. I can't be asked reading all the descriptions. Justin Lynch, how's it going? How's it going, dude? Oh, hang on, what tyres have we got? Yeah, they look pretty cool. 64-inch, that's pretty good. So they put slightly bigger tyres as well. Normally it's the 61 was the biggest on this. What we got in the chained? Please say we got some 64s. There was some 62s. No, only the 62s, but they are called OP chains, which sounds pretty good to me. I know there is a bigger winch there, but the problem is it means I have to scroll through 5 million winch points. Not really sure why there's 2 of each. That Goliath is a good mod. Is that this one? Yeah, I assume it is, because I think it was last week I was trying those Bartleby mods, and yeah, they feel like very nice mods, so I was kind of assuming and hoping that this thing was going to be pretty decent, and as it's like, I like the truck we've been given, but it's got a few downfalls obviously, and I'm gonna go out on what I assume is a very short limb, and yeah, I assume this guy's yeah, mate, like sort of sorted all those out. Get a goddamn loaf on the roof, we will do. I've always got to get a loaf. I really am in love with the bigger Tatra. Well, no, it's good. Like, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I personally, it's just a little bit underwhelming to what I was expecting. Just because, like, Tatra is world famous. I'm not an off-roading guy, I'm not a truck guy, and I'm not, was it Czechoslovakia or something, where that place, where that truck is made, and even I've heard of Tatra, I've seen loads of videos on YouTube, blah blah blah. They just are like legends in the world of off-road trucks, and yeah, the one they gave us I don't feel like is as good as it should be. It's kind of been a bit unfair on Tatra, I think. That being said, there is loads of things I do like about it. I have been using it. It's got a great long-range fuel tank, and it's got roof racks. Yeah, the tyres are tall enough. It's got the custom muds, which is cool and chained. So yeah, it's most of the way there. There's just a few things, like diffs always on would be very nice. I suppose I don't really need to fuss around with all that too much. Just getting painted orange. Right, now we've got to work out what we're going to do. So we'll take this out first, and then at some point I'll probably take out this thing and we'll go and build some bridges. In fact, just make sure that's got a bridge frame on it as well. I did wonder why I'd already apparently owned a bridge frame when I was equipping the first one. A bit of daylight. Just have a look quickly for some kind of mission to do. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. What's this one? Local residents. Oh, I'd say that won't be a bad one actually, because I'll have to kind of do a big fat circle of the map, grab that. Oh, then again, it's on a bloody... Well, this will be the first thing that we'll find out if they've improved or not. Can I get a saddle low? Rebel by choice. I sold my Tatras. Yeah, I sort of like... I get why. I mean, I own 2 of them and I'm going to keep them. Oh yes, he has put a saddle low. What a legend. Yeah, they're just not what I was expecting, so I always have a slight tinge of disappointment. But again, I'm not hating on the thing. It is, relatively speaking, a good truck. It's just not as good as it should be, and that's a bit sad. Kind of a bit like how they have sort of screwed Oshkosh a bit and just made their trucks terrible when, I don't know, in real life, what is the Derry 4520 in this game seems like an absolute beast. Like, I've seen quite a lot of videos on that, because again, it's a beast, and it's kind of videos that look good, but they're just underwhelming on this game. I mean, again, like I've said before, imagine if, well, they'd probably break the game, but imagine if they balanced everything equivalent to the loaf, but the loaf being an 11 grand van and the Derry being like a 170 grand truck. Imagine if it was like 17 times better than the loaf. Again, I probably would just break the game, but something truck have a diff always on. I can't see what you said, but is it any truck have a diff always on? Or I don't know. There is lots of trucks that have diffs always on. Sorry, dude, I can't quite see the top half of your comment. By the way, someone said the other day, put stronger cranes mod on. I still can't lift a loaf. Like, I said this a while ago when I tested the stronger cranes mod. It ain't that good. There might be a few % in it, but it ain't enough still. Like, if you're gonna make a stronger cranes mod, just make them lift fucking everything. I don't know what the whole game's idea of like slight limits with that. Again, fair enough, a little crane lifting up a truck. I don't need that, don't want it, don't expect it. But a big bloody crane like this just needs to do its job without being a knob about it. No matter how many friends you lose, you can always make more Michael J. Caboose. What's that? one annoying thing as well, when you put in like stuff on roofs, I mean obviously for me it is loose, let's be honest. Oh, I wonder if I can pack it now, because it's obviously got a different roof rack on this, that clearly makes the loaf sit a bit taller. Pack trucks, what a beast. Oh. Nice and level, right. So, what was that mission called? Quid pro quo. So, I suppose I'll come flying out here, go over there, and then, I don't know, maybe down here, along there, grab that, up here, down there, and drop it off. That'll just give us a good little test. There's plenty of, I think there's like death snow, death mud, super snow, super mud, normal snow, normal mud, water, ice. It's a pretty good little route, to be fair, to test just about every kind of terrain there is in the game at the minute. Daniel, aka, is that Zephyr? Is that how you, I think that is how you say it. It doesn't help, but it breaks every word in half. Smash that like button. Cheers man, I appreciate it, dude. Well, it still takes damage on the ice. But it's pretty nippy though, I'm liking this. It's more like it. Dipped in the ice a bit there, but it seems to go through well. Again, the fact that they've put chain on this already, just that alone, and then that it has a saddle load, which we'll see how it looks when the trailer goes on, but who cares if the the trailer sits on a little bit of an angle? I couldn't care less. It's a bonus actually, because the main thing that catches on any trailer is the legs. And if they're lifted even higher off the ground because of the height of the chassis, then it's sort of win-win for everyone. I want a Halo Warthog mod for SnowRunner. Why did I see something similar to that? Or I don't know why, something about that rings a bell. I can't remember if like maybe there's one on PC, or I don't know, mate. I don't know where the hell am I going. I could be fully wrong on that. Something about it rings a bell. The fact that someone did mod of the Tatra 813 11 months ago. Oh, did they? I've got those. Well, no, because I looked at them and they didn't really look the same. There's a mod called like Tar or something, which I assume it's like Tatra, but they've obviously switched the last R and A around. This thing definitely takes more damage than the normal one, but I can't figure out if that's just because it's got extra speed, which it could well be, or if maybe like these tyres just are a little bit more prone to like kind of not soaking up the damage. The nice thing is that you see here now, this is all like a pure black ice sheet of rock. In the normal 605R, I would no way on earth would it be stopping here. I'd be sliding down instantly. I wouldn't have even got level with this telegraph pole. So it's just little things like that where it's nice. And if you were coming the other way, which I remember this happened to me a while ago, but this little snowy hill here, I couldn't get up going the other way. It was in a Tatrin, to be fair, not a Zix, but sort of irrelevant. They're all, yeah, if they ain't got chained, they ain't doing well. So let's cut across here. I know things get pretty boggy and serious over here. Mark Rowe, is this Bartelber's Zix? Yeah, it is, dude. Well, already it feels pretty good, but I was going to say, like, I'm assuming it's good, because his mods last week were, yeah, very impressive, very nice, very well done. I'd already consider them, like, I've always said my favourite mods first are, like, Fox's mods. Very, very close second to JBE's mods. And then, yeah, this I would now put up, like, or Bartelby's mods in general. I would put, yeah, kind of up with those level of mods. And again, the nice thing is they take, like, relatively soddle memory. They're certainly worth the memory they do take. Some of them are like 0.4, there might be some that are 2.4 or whatever, but who cares. And yeah, I mean, mods like Puppy Masters mods as well, they are extremely good. The only reason I'd pop them a little less is because they take more memory. Like, I'd love to have the heavy records still turned on now, but it just eats so much memory that the amount of other mods I have to turn off just to use the heavy wrecker is a very high price to pay. I might need to put the heavy wrecker back on at some point though, because again, remember that loaf that fell in the hole in Chinopaments? I'm still working on a plan to get him out of there. I've not really tried since, by the way, but I've got a plan in mind that I think could work. Well, this is clearly like death mud. I wouldn't say there's any gain or loss. This is just how painfully slow this thing is in death mud, sadly. Well, I can't, from my experience, it catches fire very easily. What's that? Also, avoid cack. I think I got in a bit late on that conversation. Yeah, it's a beast. Yeah, definitely. So, Cog, have you played hard mode yet? I haven't, dude. Not even got round to it yet. I mean, to be honest, like, there's bound to be other SnowRunner players out there that are a lot more committed to doing the hard mod. Like, I will get round to it, but I'm not going to say it's going to be in like the next few days or week or anything like that. And even when I do, I'll make a video on it, but it's just not my thing. Even little things like, for making videos, it's preferable to me. I like it to be nice and daylight all the time, because then it just shows up the videos very well. If I have to do like videos where it's like this, it's alright, but I don't know, you know, a 40-minute video of this where the screen's sort of 80% black, and yeah, in hard mode there's just little things like that. I can't change the time of day, I can't sell trailers back, and you know what I'm like for just leaving them all over the place. It just cost me so much extra time, like behind the scenes kind of thing. Like when I'm making videos, that's a large part of the reason I leave trailers all over the place, just because when I'm getting all the footage for a review, for example, I just haven't got time on top of that. To be fair, I'm quicker at making the reviews now than I used to be, but it was genuinely like 14 to 18 hours to make a review video, kind of get the footage and then edit it. And I couldn't afford just another hour on top of that to just be taking all the trailers back that I've used during the review, so yeah. And then I'd end up being skin. And then I'd just end up not playing it, to be honest. Ever tried on Nintendo Switch? No, I've probably played a Nintendo Switch, but I've never owned one, never, or anything like that. Yeah, I believe this game's out on that now, isn't it? I'll go back to daylight anyway. I like a bit of nighttime driving, not for too long. But yeah, on hard mode, it forced me, like, obviously there's no change in time, so once it starts going dark, that's it. I've got to ride out the night for, I don't know, the next 20-30 minutes on the game. Oh, it's only a rammed flatbed. Dude, am I tripping? I would have put money on this being a sideboard semi-trailer. I mean, I'm assuming I'm wrong, because it ain't, but yeah. Well, I didn't need the saddle there after all. See how it cuts through this logging station, because that's pretty boggy. I don't think it's full-on deck mud though, but it ain't far off. Oh yeah, it's got to be pretty close. I'm caught on these trees. One tree, move. Or don't. Do you ever help fans, subscribers in their game in SnowRunner? Not like literally in their game and all the rest of it. I try to help people via the way of making videos and stuff, but yeah, well, again, I've been online once just to quickly borrow somebody's trailer to lift it in the air to complete a trophy, but other than that, I've never been on like on the online multiplayer mode and all the rest of it. Jedi Spartan, good evening, Mr. Lone Wolf. I look forward to being paid to watch your stream for a bit every Saturday while at work. Good for you, dude. That is easily the best way to be doing it, whilst getting paid to do so. You'll be earning more than me watching it. That's definitely the way to do it. Solo cog, is it still possible to do the high gear speed glitch? Yeah, it is on loads of stuff, the Jeff special. I recall you mentioned it in one of your videos. Yeah, the Jeff special. I'll grab a truck a little later and I'll show you. Preferably, or at least the way it works on PS4, Jeff, the guy who discovered it, hence why it's called the Jeff special, is he's on PC and he made loads of trucks be able to do it. In my version on the PS4, with the rare exception that I can't even remember off the top of my head, you preferably need trucks that have all-wheel drive that is engageable, and then you need to turn the all-wheel drive off. You can already build up to speed with your all-wheel drive, you only have to turn it off at the last second. And then yeah, when you turn all-wheel drive off and you're in at least 7th out of 8th gear in the high gear range, the high range gearbox, or 8th out of 8th preferably, yeah, just literally hold L1, jam it into high gear and let L1 go. And then yeah, because you're already so far above the speed of high gear, it just freaks the gearbox out and then it absolutely drops the hammer like a mad one. Which again, that's probably how trucks in this game would behave if there was no rev caps or speed caps. That's like a way of breaking the rev and speed caps. I mean, I wouldn't want all the trucks to behave like that permanently, so that's where I'm saying, like, I appreciate and understand why they've introduced rev caps, etc. as a way to balance the vehicles. It's just, on some vehicles, they've gone too severe with it, where it makes the vehicle feel boring and very limp, but yeah, like, that's basically just, like I say, I'll grab one in a minute and I'll show you. Rebel by choice, do you think we could get a story tonight? Possibly. There was one, what was there? There was a couple the other day. I'll try and remember them again. Like I said, I know I've got plenty of others, it's just I've got to remember, have I already said it? And then there's ones I ended up saying on videos that got cut for time and all the rest of it, or I just wasn't happy with how I explained it. So yeah, I now just can't remember what I've said and what I've not said. But I'll do my best, dude. I'll try and think of something. There was a few things, like I said the other day, that I was sort of laughing to myself about. Eric Happy, howdy Mr. Lone Wolf, plus peeps. How's it going, dude? So I'm just going to mute the mic, I need to cough. We're all good. We're back. Well, one thing I could say about this mod, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they've not, say, changed the tyre stats. They've added chained, it appears to be like the mud version of the chained, which is cool. But yeah, they're clearly behaving pretty normal, like the normal Zix goes about this slow in death mud, basically, so. But it's got a higher top speed, feels nicer getting up to speed. It's got a bigger roof rack. There was a better selection of engines and all the rest of it, so it's clearly an improvement. And to be fair, it's improved it in the areas that it needed, like it's got chained, it's got a saddle load. And they were probably the biggest things that it just needed to make it a good truck. Well, I mean, I've been chatting away about all sorts. I've barely been paying attention to what I've been doing in this, and it's ticking along just fine, so it's obviously doing pretty well when you got time to just, yeah, not even concentrate on what you're doing. Have you tried Bartelby's Western Star? I believe we had a look at it quickly last week in the video. I've tried it, yeah, and it's very good. The biggest thing I like about that is how he's made that liftable axle just a permanent, solid, and most importantly, powered axle. So that almost behaves now like a mini Derry 4520, where it's got one front axle and 3 rear axles. Only, yeah, I'd say it's obviously better than the bloody Derry. But then Fox has made an actual good Derry, which I like that a lot. Yeah, it's even getting through here. I'd even go as far as to say I've made it through here. Not like you can get stuck here. It's just it's a little bit of luck here with the ice. Really, that's the biggest issue. Yeah, that'll do. Like now the ice is all broken and out of the way. If I drove through there again, it'd be a piece of piss by comparison. If you get unlucky with that ice and it kind of sticks into your chassis, then yeah, there's not a lot you can do about it. Crook, evening Mr. Wolf, how's it going, dude? Lucian Sinclair, my cat's sitting down like a fat bastard, staring daggers at me. We are definitely good at staring daggers at people. Tend to be what my cat does. It makes me laugh, like how he's trying to get my attention. He'll normally just walk past me, but if he wants to get my attention, he'll walk past me and purposely stand on my feet, just as like a hint to definitely make sure I know he's going past. See, 12 grand for that mission is pretty bloody good actually. Why is that such a nice paying mission? You get 12 grand for some of these gigantic contracts. Give us a bit of a quick boost. Can we fly down here? I think we could, but... And then yeah, I'm trying to think of some good places to lay a bridge. In fact, funnily enough, one nice place might be right about here, because there is a mission, and I'm sure there's some kind of hunter's cabin, yeah, there. You've got to deliver, I can't remember what the mission's called, but it's all that crap in that trailer. So I might have to check that out in a little bit. Build a bridge over there. I'm sure there is a way onto the island, obviously, but who cares? You've got the ability to build bridges, that's the whole point. Especially along here. More than enough to jump the gap. I haven't seen Fox here in the last couple of weeks. I remember, yeah, a week or two ago he was here, but you never know, he could be lurking around. Could be busy. Could be busy making some more pretty juicy mods. Mark Rowe, did you put active suspension on the Zix? What, on this? No, I don't believe I did. I think I just put the... I believe it was some kind of raised suspension or whatever, but there was quite a few to choose from, so... Really? I've never been that way. First time I have ever tried to go that way, but coming from the other side. I rolled down the hill and all the rest of it, and yeah, I just go around this way now. Yeah, overall this is a much nicer vehicle. I'd certainly rather this was like... This is how the truck we were given, like the Zix in game should have been. See the Western Star-ish front end. They have a bridge builder mod now, you should play with that. Got bridges. Yeah, I was just talking about that. I did a video on that yesterday. Yeah, it's a very good mod, like, just the way it works and all the rest of it is very simple and good. It feels very smooth and well thought out and all the rest of it. And yeah, it adds like a whole new concept to the game, really. To the point where, I don't know, SnowRunner should just give the man some dough, officially add the truck into the game. Because, yeah, like, it literally improves the amount of options and things you can do on this game. Like, it's worth keeping. It's kind of like the equivalent of going from just logging on MudRunner to on this, you can do all different types of cargo to be able to actually lay bridges. Like, there are official bridges. I've tried bridging gaps with, you know, makeshift trailers and all the rest of it, but yeah, an actual legitimate bridge lane thing is like, it just completely fits in place in this sort of game and this, the whole concept of this game. I mean, even there, like, you know, there's those cliff little bits there. I could build a bridge and go over there a lot easier. Just all sorts that'll solve. I mean, like I did when I made the video about it yesterday, did the what you call it? There was a bit of death snow I drove into, and then yeah, I just laid a bridge there, and it's like, now that's sorted. What was I looking for? Yeah, funnily enough, there is the bridge layer. I assume, yeah, I can't hack it, but anyway. So, I suppose with the bridge layer mod, we've got to find some good places to lay some bridges. Hope he's working on the CLT 9000. You never know. Overall, I do like that truck. Don't the what are they called? Like the electric pack. I think they do a CLT 9000, which is pretty nice. I mean, I believe it's all-wheel drive. It's got decent tyres, decent power. I did try it when it had the 600 kilowatt engine though. And I think now they've reduced it to 5. Active makes it even better. Oh no, I've just gone to the garage. Where is the thing? Come on, remote. Extend that warranty again, man. In fact, fuck it. It'll be quicker just to buy a new one than... oh yeah, while I'm going through the electric pack quickly. Yeah, there. That's the CLT 9000. And I think you can do sort of, I'm sure, yeah, all-wheel drive, diff locks, blah blah blah. Again, yeah, it's only got the 500 kilowatt engine now, but still, there's an option there. I mean, I'm sure if yeah, if Fox made one, it'd be a pretty nice one, not gonna lie. His mod so far, I mean, the Hazel Iceberg and stuff. So I suppose there's all these. I added this pack as well, so we've got Bartelby's Senatal, so it's like that new, yeah, like the Senatal we got. I'm sure there was a few others. Oh, Bartelby's Khan Marshall, the KRS Bandit. We've already tried the Pacific. Already used all of them. Oh no, DLC. For a second there, I thought it was a mod for a Tatra. I assume though pretty soon somebody will be. Yeah, there's the oh no, that's the 49X I bought. I can't remember what the difference is. Yeah, one's got that's switchable diffs. That's diffs always on. Does anyone know the difference? Like, there's two versions here, but when you look at the stats, they've all got the same. You know, diffs always on, all-wheel drive always on, same tyres, same stats of everything, so I'm not sure if it's just a duplicated one or whatever. Multi-purpose active suspension. Oh, so it already came with that, really. Active suspension, active flex, active cargo, multi-purpose active. Yeah, I think I might have just put one of those on. I'll leave it on that one. We'll have a look at that later. What was I going to do? I believe this used to Jeff's special pretty well. What was that max loaf? Yeah, just like it's a max loaf. It's got big monster truck tires in it. I used it a little while ago. The only thing I would say about it is it's kind of the steering and everything's really twitchy on it. Like, it was funny. I should have one on Black River. I can nip that later, and I'll show you. Going to quickly have one attempt doing the old Jeff special with this. Wonder if I can Jeff special it up the hill. Oh, a bit of a bad angle over there. Right. So you've got to try and get it into. I don't know if it'll get high enough in the gears up here. If not, I'll do it going down the hill. Couldn't handle it, so I'll just turn around and move it down. But in theory, when I get into 7th gear at least, I'll turn all-wheel drive off, jam it in high gear, and then I should go. Give it a super boost. So there's 7, turn that off. It's doing it, but it jumped the gap. Yeah, it just started boosting basically. Again, I didn't really have a massive run up to be able to get the full experience. What was next? Sorry. Oh yeah, max load. I'm not going to buy one, but I don't know. There was one in here somewhere. There's like a 4-wheel loaf. If you load the Scout Max Pack, there is one somewhere with like massive monster truck tires and all sorts. Right. So we need to find somewhere to go and lay a bridge. It doesn't have to be on like just these 4 maps. What do we got on Black Badger? See, we could try patching that little annoying river section. See, this again though is why I was saying it'd be quite nice if there was like a wider version of the bridge laying thing. So let's go there and have a quick look, because yeah, otherwise you're going to have to get it so precise that your trucks have obviously got enough width to drive on it and all the rest of it. Juice for Kane, hello Mr. Lone Wolf, or should I say Loaf Daddy. Do you like my loafs? I cannot deny it. Max truck packs are off console for updates. Oh, are they? I thought I might have seen it in the menu at the end earlier, but I could be wrong on that. It could have been something different. To be fair, I've turned the Max truck pack off for a little while now. Nothing personal against it. It was just, it had so many more things as well in the menu to scroll through, and I tried them out on stream or whatever a little while ago. Again, they were funny. They're cool. They are worth it to a degree, because the nice thing with the Max truck and the Max Scout packs is they've kind of added every single engine in the game plus some of their own, every single gearbox I believe plus some of their own, and it's just, yeah, it near enough gives you everything that's in the game and just lets you mix and match and build whatever you want. So in that sense it's pretty cool. That's my remote doing it again. Why is it always wait until a live stream until it's like, nope, not gonna let you scroll down? I think at the minute this is frozen menu. Yeah, menu. I don't know. There we go. Is it going to be able to fit? She said. Again, I'll never understand why they decided to put trailer stores in the corner of everything and then expect you to try and fit a bloody 8 slot behind it. And I know it's within the mechanics of the game, but it still would be cool if you could recover this into the garage, like in this setup. Very nice. Rebel by choice. Rift. Do you know what? I had Rift in mind. I've not got the Zimnagor's garage unlocked on my modded playthrough, so I can still do it, but I'll have to drive from Drowned Lands through to Quarry and then through to Rift. Or Drift. I'll bring a loaf along in a minute. I just kind of figured I'll probably be dropping more than one of these bridges off, so I'll just be going back to the garage in a minute anyway. This first section isn't insane here. It's mainly this middle bit. So we'll see how well it works. Leaning a little bit. Come on, remote. Exactly. Knew you'd see my way of thinking in the end. We're going to tip is the next question. It's probably going to try and hit that telegraph pole. That'll be the next thing. Yep. Bad, I could do with probably swinging around that way just a tad. Don't those arm things on it normally fold flush? I'm just going to try and winch it a little bit this side over to the right. Just a little bit. They must be back on. They could be, possibly, or unless, like I say, I could well be making a mistake. It might have been something else I've seen. Start, I don't really like how those arms are staying up in the air there. I'm just going to try and reattach it and drop it again. Because I don't know if... As long as they're like, have no hitboxes, it's not really going to matter, but if they do, then that's going to basically make the bridge worse than not even being there. For another one. The Max Pack Navistar was good, but a bit OP. I didn't ever try that, to be honest. I forgot to look for stuff like that. Navistar, yeah, would be pretty cool. When you say a bit OP, like, I assume though it still has the options to nerf it back a bit from that. Like, could you not just put, say, the normal engine in and all the rest of it? Or was there not as many options with that one? I mean, yeah, overall, the fact that the devs didn't add this is almost a shame in a way. Like, this is an extremely cool just thing to be doing. The fact that I can go out and start laying my own bridges. I'll just get a goddamn horse. It's been too long. Yeah, it's funny how when I go onto this menu, it kind of shows the trailer as it's stretched out. Obviously, I've just loaded it on. Sorry, is that true? Mute the mic for a second. Took a sip of my coffee. And it nearly went down the wrong hole. Well, it pretty much did. Not as bad as it could have. Right, so a quick cough and fit. And all good. So we'll see now quickly how well that bridge I've just put down. That's the only one thing I would say. Some weird, like, winch points at the back of this truck. I think if you haven't got the trailer on, there is winch points at the actual back of the truck, but they don't really. They seem to disappear when you got the trailer on, which does kind of happen, to be fair, with like normal trucks. Be careful going from map to map with the bridges. I had a truck/bridge do what your stretchy face Hummer did. Oh, going from map to map. Oh, is that like, do you mean travelling through gateways and stuff? Cheers for the heads up though, I'll bear it in mind. Just admit those Hummers, well, they're still there to this day. I could recover them, but to be honest, doubt he ever will. That's the only thing, is that stupid bloody, yeah. There goes that. So, I could do really then with pulling the ramp kind of over to the right a bit more, because otherwise, yeah, everything, well, trucks wise anyway. Why am I going backwards? Oh, what? Now his loaf, his wheels like gone into the bridge. Well, I'm driving forwards, but it's making me go backwards, so if I press reverse... I remember it was slow, but I was going to say, I drove out, like, through here with a loaf, so... It's not liking it at the minute. Why couldn't you just offer me that winch point? You have to extend the bridge out when going through a gate, or it flips. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. That probably does make sense, because as in, like, it's, I suppose, yeah, the equivalent the game thinks having a trailer folded in half on top of your truck, which probably doesn't. The game probably doesn't like too much. But yeah, cheers for the heads up, because there's a chance at some point. The hell am I feel like I'm stuck again. No. We will get there. I was going to say, I've genuinely driven through here, but obviously before even that bridge building mod was there. I mean, the life ain't racket through mud like this, but you can drive through it. I don't know why I was getting stuck by now again. Stop getting stuck. See if we can flip this back, but if not, to be honest, I'm actually kind of interested to see. Well, this is what I was saying yesterday in my video, that if I want to recover that 8-wheel thing, whatever it's called, I can't at the minute. In fact, I'll just show you quickly. If I go to hit recover, do you wish to recover, need to detach trailer, so I'd have to now leave this thing here on its side. And once it's now folded like this on its side, I don't know how much of an awkward sod it'd be to get that packed back on a vehicle, so in that sense it'd be quite handy if you can actually just flip these like without without having to recover, basically. Out. Goddamn horse. Right, so I sort of want to pull this over a little bit. So that stupid bloody telegraph pole. Loaf is the only truck that doesn't need a mod. How do you improve on perfection? Exactly. That's why I think there is just no Loaf mods, except for the Scout Pack thing. Because they've just added like everything to everything, which is cool. But yeah, I've seen people have been asking Fox and all sorts for a Loaf mod, but I mean, what do you do to it? It doesn't need anything. I know that bridge sits all wonky. What I would have to do, let's see, I can try and do it quickly. If I leave like a little bit of a kink in the trailer, then it should, at least each end of the trailer should sit flush. Because obviously like over there, if it's sticking up in the air, some of the big trucks, the wheels will just climb up it, but it's going to make the bridge start seesawing and all sorts. But overall, I mean, again though, like, say for example if I needed to take a truck over here, clearly it'd be quicker to just suffer the slow painful drive over there than bring in this bridge mod and doing all this. I don't mind doing all this, because it's kind of part of the fun in its own right. And then the bonus, oh yeah, crap, it's not going to let me, is it? Because I've already got a bridge attached. What a bastard. I'll get there one day. Move this bridge out of the way. Do some game of fuck yeah Loaf. Exactly, we got that horse. Doesn't that big truck not have an autonomous winch? True, I was going to say actually, I believe I did put an autonomous winch on this. So they could test out, not that you'd ever pack it like this, but see, but imagine if that was fully folded. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to try it out. Not on stream, so it'll be a lot of faffing around. But yeah, that's what I mean. Once you've detached it, and if it's fallen on its side and all the rest of it, and you had to detach it to recover your truck, it might be a pain in the arse trying to get the thing at the right angle, so it will allow you to attach the trailer. Horn on bridge truck work. Yeah, it's not the worst, but it sounds a bit too like not enough guts to it. It's a little bit in-game, mostly only scouts do, but there is a mod. Truck. What's that? You mean, dude? Right, so get over that way is fine, and then a bit of a kink, so at least the ramps this side sort of sit. That'll do. That's what I mean, that's the sort of things that I like about the trailer. It's going to do this with the bloody... Get them arms down, boy. That's right. So yeah, there's another little section of map successfully patched. Yeah, so this is where this hasn't got diffs on unless you go into the low, which now you're limited to this speed. So I really do think they should just put diffs on this truck. I mean, if you look at the truck, I kind of feel like, you know, diffs always on would be an option. And if it ain't, then it's a bit of a fuck up from whoever built the truck. No, I don't mean the modder, I mean real life. At least it seems fairly relaxed on like how close you have to be. Square is what I wanted. Yeah, how like for it to allow it to attach the trailer. What about putting a bridge at the end of the runway in Alaska? I bet you could get some crazy airtime with Jeff Special. Do you know what? We're going to do that. It's a very good idea. Like you thinking, Jasper Bain? But yeah, I mean, that is like, again, I don't need to really fix that section since I've done all the missions on this map by now, but I would have bloody loved to have had this thing when I started that, because I hated that. That section was one of the most annoying crossings of this entire map. See how it goes. I was replying to my... Oh, cool, I get it now. Jedi Spartan even, not Spartan. Yep. Ramp over that stupid runway lamp. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I probably won't do it all on live stream tonight, but the runway thing, I'd have to prop a few trailers and all the rest of it, but I could probably make a bit of a bigger ramp. Like, at the minute now, I'll just try and lay one, like, at the end. Kind of sticking a little bit off the cliff, and we'll see what happens. Aussie man, ramp plus runway plus horse equals Pegasus life. Exactly. What happens if you detach while it's packed? We can find out. Sarah Smith, careful, Icarus. The loaf can handle it flying too close to the sun. It'll be the sun that starts falling out the sky then. Load Toad, make that jump. We're gonna have to. Again, I'm sure the loading times take longer than they used to. Mark Rose, some modded has added the bridge to his trailer pack. All you need is a big crane. Oh, so that's cool. Yeah, I get how that would work as well. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of like the whole setup of this, how you fold it onto your back and then you can lay it like that, but I was saying for quite a while myself, like that'd be the way, yeah, just have some kind of like sheet of metal that they can put in the trailers or whatever, and then we can just lift it with a crane and drop it in place. Green one, let's get a white one for the snow. So, game could explode, but for science. Apart from those little wiggly leg things, it went better than expected. I wasn't sure if I was about to get shot off into space or something though. Loaf jump. I mean, I can do it in just the loaf, but it'll probably be quicker to put the loaf in the sideboard of something pretty rapid and then just do a double jump with them. I'll bring a loaf next time, but it would have been actually handy to bring a loaf with me right now, because then when you lay the bridge, if you do need like to give it a little tug left or right with a winch, obviously trying to drive this truck around, like, it's a lot easier and nippier just to zip a loaf round to all the little winch points you want and adjust the bridge. He's good like that. Why liquor, why not? What's up, man? Bridge shenanigans tonight, it certainly is. It's like Yota Steve, that was disappointing. Must admit, I wasn't sure if it'd like start freaking out. That said, I don't know, do it 100 times, it wouldn't surprise me if something happens on one of them. I'm gonna have to go pretty close to that pipe because I need it to sit quite flush. If I go more over to the left as we're looking at it, the bridge might start to sit a bit wonky, so we'll see. Hang on a minute. It'd be rude not to. Right, what vehicle's like a fat chunky square? Don't you dare imply the loaf fits that bill. That wouldn't be a bad one. So let's take this. Gonna have to get that scoop thing off it. Can I get that radar off its head? I can't remember. Or is it just permanently a radar? Ah, radar. Got a plan. I used 2 of the bridges over the ice crossing in Cosmodrome. Yeah, exactly, the ice crossing. Is that like... I might have done that in the video yesterday. I'm not sure if we're on about the same place, but... There's like a bit you've got to cross that's kind of got chunks of ice, but then loads of rocks, and I fall in there quite a lot on Livestream. I mean, yeah, this is like I say, it's opened up a whole new situation where like we can now patch and fix our own areas of the map, which I think is just a brilliant concept within general that they should have added within the game. Gonna need a loaf anchor so the bridge doesn't shift when you hit it. That's true. Well, we'll see. Maybe this'll anchor it. So violent when you add a bit of acceleration. It's like fine-tuning it at the right beat. Right. Still going forward a bit, I reckon. Looking nice, but oh, no, not that one. I don't know why, like yesterday, not once did these trailer legs not just go straight down and sit flush. Well, it's a start. I know what you mean with the loaf anchor. The only thing is, if I did anything like attach a winch or all the rest of it, the winch won't stay attached when I switch to a different vehicle, so... Well, let's just find out. I use 2 bridges in Cosmodrome too. It's the way to go. Hazel, where have I got one of them? What's he doing down here? Oh, he's got a crane. Yeah, he's quite handy as a crane for various things. Right, now we've got to find a rapid vehicle. Rapid, but also relatively stable, preferably. Plenty of loaf blanks. It's just because when, like, sometimes I'm on American maps, and then I need to buy another loaf, and then it says, oh, you can't buy it in this region, and it's like, for fuck's sake, now I've got to travel to Russia just to buy one, so I bought 20 of them or whatever. It'll keep me going for a while. I don't know, it might just be worth using one of the mods, to be honest. There is a few fast trucks, but not anything crazy. That might end up being pretty quick. Let's try it. It's the 49X, so I assume it can have a sideboard. So we've got just random supplies sticking out the back. I'm not really sure why, but I don't think it'll make too much difference. We need one goddamn horse. Ooh. OG loaf. He deserves it. That's the one that made all the loaf magic possible. He's the one who showed me the potential of the loaf. In theory, it could be that thing where I tip the loaf, winch to the side, and flick him up into the sideboard, but to be honest, unless it works first time, it's just going to be quicker to grab something with a crane. Ultra strong version. Interesting. Soon be able to sort of know if it is, because I'll extend the crane quite far. Yep. Well, there you go. There's another good thing about Bartelby's mods. His cranes work like cranes. Well, it appears anyway, because that just lifted a loaf at almost full crane extension, which should be easily doable in real life, but for some reason the game, I don't know, it seems to get worse every month, to be honest. For about the last 6 to 8 months. Probably more now, actually. What's that route? So it is solid. I just wanted to see if that roof rack was actually, like, had a hitbox, etc. This is it. Twice twin. I did think of that. The only thing is, I don't know how, like, I don't know if I'll be able to hit it smoothly enough or not. But it's, I did cross my mind. I could try it after this. We'll see how this one goes. This thing best be able to get up into top gear. And I've got 10-speed gearbox in this one. Maybe the heavy wrecker if you have it. No, I've not got that on. Again, I'd like to, but it just eats so much memory that I have to turn too many other mods off just to be able to have that one thing on. Bridge, JB Tatron, you don't need no stinking bridge. True, for the most part. There will be some areas, though, where it's just pure, like, a cliff drop-off and a gap where, yeah, you just need a bridge. But, yeah, I agree, for the most part, that JB Tatron, there ain't many places that ain't going. Are we already in 10th? Can we Jeff special it? Okay, I might have to abort mission, because this is far too slow, I'm not liking that. Trying to think, what can I Jeff special? In fact, oh no, I've not got the truck pack added. It's going to be bloody hard to hit the thing, though, to be fair, when I'm Jeff specialing as well. It's hard enough to hit the cliff, let alone at a bridge on the cliff. Let alone at a bridge on the cliff when you're Jeff specialing. So this one could get a bit leery. Astronaut loaf. He's about to be. Just need to find the right truck for it. I'm not going to lie, even without Jeff special, the ANK is pretty bloody quick. Can I have chained? Otherwise it'll just skid around like a lunatic on the icy runway. Yeehaw, Dukes of Loaf. It will be. Yeet star. The GMC. The thing I need something that's pretty bloody heavy as well. Oh, see, this is the shit thing about, like, my modded playthrough. Please install appropriate suspension. I can live with that. I thought I hadn't. Oh god, here we go. And they're all locked. What mod trucks have I got turned on? And if we're going to do it, we may as well do it right. Do you know what? Fuck it, as someone said. Let's just get the bloody twice twin steer. Yeah, if it's one of the smaller trucks and everything, it might struggle to get up to full speed. With a loaf on it and all the rest of it, whereas like the bigger trucks can handle that, they'll just go the normal speed anyway, whether they've got one on or not. What other stuff can I have on here? It'd be something for the loaf to kind of back up to. Oh, and a KRS Bandit crane. So out of all the small cranes, that one is actually pretty decent and pretty fair. Like, it can lift a loaf, not at full extension, but at a third to half extension and that. And yeah, for a little crane, that is decent. Like, always do that. There we go. Stays transparent. It's the crane light. There's a certain distance around. It's not specifically that Zix. It's just because the crane legs and everything are out. It's a right pain in the arse, but see. It used to not be that severe. Like if the loaf was parked that close to its crane legs or something, it might do it, but you only had to move to about here and they'd sort of stop being ghosts. But for whatever reason, in the last couple of months, it's massively extended the range with which that happens. What am I doing, man? Yeah, that's full crane extension. And it's now lifting this at full length, no problem. So again, like, what are the devs doing? Just fix the bloody cranes. This guy's managed to just fix it as an afterthought while he's building a Zix, like his version of a Zix, and he's fixed the crane issue. A bit more centered than that. I know it did take a bit of time, but it could be worth it. To be fair, not that it really matters, but I probably shouldn't have put the KRS Bandit crane on because it's just more weight that I didn't really need. Anyway, still waiting for Kitty face reveal. I'll have to get him on camera one day. Probably be him before me. I know that much. It'd be funny though to have him on camera, because like I said, no one else has ever seen him be normal except for me. Because as soon as anybody like my mum or my brothers or whatever come around, he freaks out and he vanishes. Wish Loaf would back up to me. Don't we all? Jade Echo 2, evening Mr. Lone Wolf, hope all is well. I'm not too bad, cheers mate. Hope you're all good as well. It's nice when things work at full extension. Definitely what she said. And who are we to disagree? Looks like the loaf has its own litter box. There's a big fat crap. We've got him covered. Right, as long as we can get into 8, I'll be happy. Now, of course, I could just hit this ramp and it all goes flying off the cliff and not a lot really happens, but... First of all... uh-oh, got a drift. Well, it was a good start. Loaf's out of there. still worth it. What I want to see quickly is what state the bridge is in after that. See what I mean? Like, because this runway, it kind of cambers off to the right as we're looking at it now. So when you're trying to head to the, like, say, hitting that bridge, I mean, that's normally where I jump off anyway, the game tries to skid you over towards that post. So then you have to put a bit of left-hand steer to avoid it, and then that's why I started getting a little bit squirrely at the end. To be fair, the bridge held up pretty bloody well. I always figured Loaf just went well where Loaf pleased. He certainly does. Are we just messing around today, Mr. Lone Wolf? Not completely. There's going to be a bit of messing around, but I might go on, like, plan on doing some kind of mission at some point. Nice bounce. Not cheers, man. Normally the where is it? Twice twins there. Like, normally you can kind of pogo your way, sort of almost over to that island. Well, this one didn't do too well. Recover. I'm going to have to just try one more. Science. And then, yeah, what have I got? The Bartelby. I don't know, we could go and find another mission to do with that. I think, to be honest, Loaf's probably gone too deep. That's what she said. Yeah. What angle is he on? Oh, I don't know. In theory, he might fire up like that, but obviously his snorkel's underwater, so it wouldn't let me anyway. What the hell's going on? Loaf feels like weird. I don't know. Feels like it's completely gutless. Maybe it was because of that. We'll see. Yeah, it must have been just weird then. Felt like I was sort of going half speed. It still does there a bit. Fuck knows. It'll be nice, like, trying to attempt more crane rescues again now that this crane works like it needs to. So you could even, if you want. Like his own little roll cage. No, he ain't going anywhere. He's gonna drown with me. So I'm just gonna... It drives me mad how it always turns a mission on in the top corner every time you change a map. What is the fastest truck in the game? I believe the Royal is or was the fastest. Obviously, I couldn't really say about mods. Like, there's a lot of mods that just go into that insane Jeff Special level of, like, madness. But yeah, I believe within all the base game and everything, I think the Royal might still have the record on that one. Stone Branson, good day, man. All my 12 watching, Mrs. and me just got in. I appreciate it, guys. Good for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the old High Loaf. That guy has an actual real-life loaf, and it sounds awesome. Strike Commander, twin steer with top engine and highway gearbox. Yeah, true. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me because it's got the biggest wheels for something that can have the high range. So it sort of gets more distance per revolution of the wheel. Again, look, makes you get squirrely. Oh no. I'm just going to keep hitting it at an angle. Yeah, that was Depressing. Oh well. Might try that out later on and then maybe make a video on it. It's a good job. The Loaf's a goddamn professional, really, innit? He's ready. Right, I'll leave all that there because I want to mess around with that later. Right. The next question is... Oh no, it's here. It's alright. Forget that question. I was going to say, where did I leave... I can't even talk tonight. Where did I leave this? So, recover this. So, I suppose mainly I've got missions on these. What have we got? Okay, we could do that. It's a mission on Cosmodrome. And it's kind of straightforward, but it'd be a good chance to test quite a few various areas out. Oh yeah. Cosmodrome, there you are. Seth Vendetti, what is a Jeff special? It was just a nickname given to... It's a way you can make the trucks kind of break the speed and rev caps in this game and go flying a lot faster than the game ever really intended for you to be able to do them. Not all trucks can do them, some can. Generally, trucks that if you can turn the all-wheel drive off, they seem to do it a lot easier. You basically get a truck with a high range gearbox. For example, fly down that runway when you're in at least 7th gear out of 8th or 8th. Press L1, stick it into high range, and then let go of L1. And yeah, by then you kind of break the speed and rev caps and you'll just go even faster again, way faster than the high range gear would normally let you go. I mean, strictly speaking, it gets a bit erratic, so I wouldn't exactly suggest it if you were like trying to do a mission and all the rest of it, but just for fun, flying around, it's pretty cool. The physics on paved road is awful going fast. Yeah, it is. It's like, to be fair, that runway is kind of icy anyway, but yeah, as soon as you go fast, everything behaves like you're on absolute just a sheet of black ice. And it starts skidding around, all the rest of it. That's the main reason why the Jeff Special is more just a lot of fun, but not really practical. But it appeared like Jeff, who was doing it on the PC version, it seemed to work out more practical. He seemed to have a little bit more steerable control of it, and then when he was going through swamps with a White Western Star, he was putting the off-road Dolphin to shame. He was bobbing in and out of all these little ponds and swamps and flying back out the other side. So it looked more usable and practical on the PC version. Right, so we can take one of these mods. We'll take this thing. Where did I leave the first one, is the question. I think I just left it on Erskine River, didn't I? Well, we'll build this one. Probably be quicker than loading. So, multi-purpose active suspension. So I'll leave that on then. Let's try them actually, because they're the same tyres that are on the normal Zix, but it appear they're in the chained section, and it says OPZHM. What's that? Ignorice. They don't seem to have any chained on or whatever, but as long as they grip. This tyre might actually be what I was talking about, where it's a custom mud, but with like the ability to drive on ice, whereas these ones I put on the first one are basically just the chained muds, which are good. They are the best version of chained, but in this case these should theoretically be better. Yeah, we'll go for a 40 meter. Oh no, what was... Oh, offline is battery powered, isn't it? I think. Probably. We'll just hope it is. What could we use for this? Could use an 8th slot, but I'm just trying. Yeah, there's a lot of corners that are a complete dickhead, to be honest. Oh no, I just want to get the roof rack on as well. Alright, that'll do for that. Faster equals less friction. Do you mean like how it behaves in this game? That is, yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Dude, what is going on? Look. I was just driving forward and I was in first gear, clicking L1, it was going up to like second gear, etc. Then immediately jumping back to first. Right, first gear, third. Oh, no, it's not doing it, and I'm going faster. That was weird. By all means, rewind and watch that. I was just watching it with my own eyes. It was a bit random. Just step there. It's time for a goddamn horse. To be honest, actually, I should have and could have put one of those KRS Bandit cranes on this because it would have worked out quite nicely. It appears there would be room for it. Yeah, it just did it with the loaf. Third gear, fifth, first. Third, fifth, first. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've never seen that sort of stuff going on. I knew when I said something a minute ago, it felt like the loaf gearbox thing was acting, well yeah, like the loaf wasn't going quick enough. There was something not right. Sorry, I just need something with a crane. Well, normally the cranes are at the top of the list. Are you telling me this can't even have a big crane? Okay. How many loaves do you think we could fit on top of the airplane? In White Valley, I've been on there with a loaf. I don't know. I mean, probably around 20 if you really did every little bit of it. Across the wingspan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, probably more than 20 because you'd probably be able to get like 10 each side or something. Yeah, I can't remember what video. It's in one of my videos I did a good little while ago, but yeah, I did pop a loaf on that US plane at the sort of air base thing on White Valley. If I remember correctly, not only did I was on there, but I drove across the wings, jumped off it, and landed into the sideboard of a Dolphin. It's goddamn professional. That's what a loaf is. Yes, offline is autonomous winch. Yeah, cheers man, that's what I need, a bit of that. could kind of do with. Have I got any ramped flatbed trailers I've left around along the way? Any here? I think they're both 2-slot, yeah. That's a bridge. I need to get some... yeah, do you know what? It's all good. I'm going to take a ramped flatbed, because I need two large pipes, and yeah, I just can't really be arsed taking an 8-slot. I have no doubt this thing's going to be able to tow it, but yeah, I just don't like it'll catch on everything every 2 minutes and drive me mental. I think you need to reboot your PS4. What is that? If you're having issues, I don't know nothing about fixing stuff, but yeah, turning things off and on has an unusually high success rate of fixing things for whatever reason. Get a bit of daylight on the go. And it does it to me if I restart my game and fixes it. Do you think the devs are scared of going fast? Possibly. I mean, the mechanics of their game kind of don't do too well when you're going fast, like we were just talking about sort of with the Jeff special. So, but I don't know, I mean, yeah. Because some trucks have got a good pace to them, like the Twin Steer. The Dolphin's got a pretty nice pace to it, but they still don't go fast enough to the point they start skidding around and acting all weird. So, yeah, they could easily allow more trucks to like comfortably go that fast, and it wouldn't really be any issue. I put the OP engine and everything in this. It doesn't really feel OP. Yeah, it doesn't feel horrible or anything. If I'm honest, it feels more like a standard 6, just apparently with chain lock, which we'll find out later in the mission. This is an icy hill which it won't be able to get up if they aren't acting as chained. The devs use faster equals less friction as a means to get the digging into the mud effect. Yeah, that's what I think to a degree, so... But then surely it wouldn't be impossible to have some kind of cap on that, so after a certain point of speed they then code another thing in where it's like, okay, just let it have grip at 50 miles an hour and above. But yeah, I know what you mean, and I agree. I do believe that is exactly like how they've achieved the way the game behaves. The same as how I was saying, like various rev and speed caps, they appear to have coded that into certain bits of terrain instead of the truck itself, so that it only acts upon the truck when you're in that terrain. Automosity 04, g'day from Australia, Mr. Lone Wolf. How's it going, dude? G'day from Pommyland. Rebel by choice. Maybe James May is in charge of the speed control. That sounds about right. Captain Slow. Captain SnowRunner in this case. They need to ignore the friction modifier on pavement. Yeah, exactly. That'd be a bloody good start. Bring this bloody iceberg in the end, because this thing. mean, even though it's apparently got a more powerful engine and all that, it feels like I've been saying with this recently, as if you imagine clutch slippage was going on. So you can hear the engine doing its thing and all the rest of it, but it's just not spinning those wheels to the degree it should be. Right, okay, well, it's probably going to be enough driving with this. I am going to go and get that iceberg. Yeah, if I'm honest, unless I've missed something, like every other Barthelby mod I've tried is like a massive improvement on the truck, and very nice. This, I don't know, and I'm not necessarily, like I said, blaming his mod, there's something about this truck that it doesn't turn power into wheel rotation or something, I don't know, but it just feels gutless still. By comparison, this thing is just pulling it, especially put it in high. Game feels restricted in many ways. Yeah, it certainly does. And some of those restrictions I understand to a degree the concept of the game, but yeah, in certain places it feels way like too much. Trollishly too much. You know what? I can't. Did I just say a minute ago I didn't want this to be the middle trailer? I certainly said it to in my head. I know that. I can't remember if I said it out loud. Excuse me. That's exactly why I didn't want the ramped flatbed to be the middle trailer. Any time you get a pull on it from the winch, it just springs sideways and flicks the bloody cargo off. Yeah, it's going to try and tip. At least with this thing's articulation, it is kind of actually scooting its nose around more and more each time. Yeah, I'd much prefer if I had a another kind of saddle low or whatever on this iceberg, but we'll see. One reason I thought it'd be quite handy to do this mission is yesterday in my bridge laying video I laid a bridge that I'll be coming up to in the next minute or two, and it'll be a pretty good test to see if it helps in this situation. I love playing on PC. I have 9 pages of mods and they're all enabled. Yeah, exactly, that's like PC is definitely sort of top of the chain as far as like being able to mod things go. I kind of find PC is kind of like the wild west of modding. You can kind of get away with all sorts. You know how like even on SnowRunner you can have branded mods on PC, but then every time they put it on console they have to like make up a fake name for it. It's just, I don't know, on PC. It's as if even manufacturers have just been like, fuck it. We give up. Mod whatever the hell you like. Use our logo if you want. We don't care anymore. And to be fair, they should. The thing is, I don't understand why certain companies are so strict on, you know, oh, you've used our logo, we're going to sue you and all the rest of it. Like, generally speaking, it's going to go good for them. Various, like, cars that were in games when I was growing up. Most of you have probably heard of the Nismo Skyline or something that was in Gran Turismo 3, I believe, or the Honda, I don't know, the Honda S2000 Spoon, I think it was, in Gran Turismo 3. But there's just certain, like, when a brand car or vehicle is in a game, you tend to, like, get fans of that brand. So I don't know why they're so strict about it. Well, yeah, this makes that a lot easier. I could have done the road train over, I didn't really want to risk it. I mean, in theory, as long as it's lined up. That's where I was saying, you know, for example, if they added a few more of these bridges that were the same size and everything that they are now, but they just had another 50% width on the outside of them or something, or even double, wouldn't bother me. But yeah, if I was doing a road train, unless the winches are lined up perfectly, like, this truck could sit slightly to the left or right, and yeah, you can see there, like, my tyres are pretty close to the edge either side, so there's not a lot of wiggle room. But again, trailer doesn't bottom out, even though I've left a little kink in that one, because it was like, help either side of it sit flush. But yeah, there you go. I mean, that bridge thing is cool, and is physically helping in a good way. And not only a good way, but I get to have the fun of being the one that gets to go and lay the bridge and all sorts, which is fun in its own right. And fits perfectly within the concept of this game, so everything about it is just a good addition. In fact, it's probably a good job we did pick the iceberg up. I will send the Zix as the lead truck in a minute, because I want to see if it can make it up this icy hill. Yeah, the recommended gearbox on the Zix is the best. I can't remember if I changed it or not. I might have. Again, it's one of them really, just for the sakes of live stream, I just chuck some bits on and go for it. It's in my own time, if and when I get round to it, I kind of, you know, read through them all, test them out a little bit, and so on. But yeah, that's obviously just eats up time on the live stream, like another 10-15 minutes flipping through. But cheers for the info, man. I'll start with that one. I'll try it out. Iceberg can have a saddle low. Yeah, exactly, which again is like, the only thing with the iceberg having the saddle low is once you, don't do it trailer, once you drop the, say like a step deck trailer off or something, it, even with its legs extended, you can't reverse the iceberg chassis back under it, if that makes sense. There's ways around it. You can kind of, basically, if you have to detach the trailer, just try and detach it kind of on the brow of a hill, so its saddle kind of sits really high in the air and all the rest of it. Juice for the cane, that worked nice. Was that the bridge? Yeah, I mean, again, that just felt completely, it fits in the game, if you know what I mean. That didn't feel like a mod that's a bit out of place, but it's a workaround. That's like, in real life, that's a completely legit thing that the army and that do to bridge gaps. So yeah, I just think it's an extremely good addition. Like, truck mod wise and all the rest of it, still Fox's mods and JBE and that those Bartelby ones. But yeah, as far as like just a bit of a unique mod, this I'd say is by far, that bridge laying one is yeah, that is pretty bloody good. Watch, let me choose that truck, will you? We'll find out then if these have been coded for ice. in. I've sort of got a feeling there's over the top rev caps on this. So the truck could be pulling more and faster and harder and better and all the rest of it. That's what she said. But yeah, the rev caps are only letting it go up to, I don't know, 1500 when it could probably go up to 3000 or whatever. Yeah, long story short, they are coded. So that's pretty cool. And again, they're chained, but they're the custom mud version, which I also think is pretty cool. I probably would choose them over the mud chained. Do like a bit of road train action. The nice thing as well on mods is, like, when you do a road train, everything, well, particularly, I mean, this iceberg is powerful enough that it's not that slow or anything, if you know what I mean. You can tick along at a nice little speed, even with a road train. Side-by-side bridges work very nice. I did think about that. It's just, in certain situations, it'll be fine to lay them side-by-side, but, for example, you know that one I just laid in Greenwood's River or wherever it was? Because of those rocks either side, I wouldn't be able to lay two side-by-side there and stuff. But maybe if one was like a little bit wider. But yeah, I know what you mean. The thought certainly did cross my mind. There's a few situations, funnily enough, all that swampy farm area on Greenwood's River. Is it Greenwood's River? I don't know, the first map of the Wisconsin maps. I assume the Zix was hooked on something there. Yeah, that, like, it was a notoriously swampy, slow section of the farmland on that first Wisconsin map. That'd be a good candidate. Oh, this trailer is a fucking tosser. I'm just gonna leave it. I'll leave that there. It's not really the iceberg's fault, it's just that trailer that's the biggest piece of shit. That is serious in contention for the biggest piece of shit between that and the 8 slot. Speaking of pieces of shit, this section of map. Look at it, it's like, where's my power? That's flat out on the throttle. There is some odd mechanics in this game. Horn. But yeah, I think that's the same as the normal one. The, oh, you won about in the iceberg. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's not quite the P16 one, but it's pretty decent. Like the baby P16 one. The bridge mod was available for MudRunner on PC. That's pretty cool. Like, that was where I originally found watching SD11, his videos. Like, he made MudRunner videos back in the day, and I was watching them when I got MudRunner. And also TC Gaming, he was doing a lot of videos on the mods themselves. Sadly, I had it obviously on console, so I couldn't have the mods, but it was quite cool to just sort of watch some of his videos and see what mods are actually available and dream about what I could have had. Evil Flatbed at it again. Yeah, it's just a complete pain in the arse. Like, if the trailer's that much of a dick, they should just remove, you know how, like, when the trailer tips it auto unpacks? Unless that trailer is absolutely on its side beyond 90 degrees, it shouldn't unpack. Because, like, the majority of the time that it does flick your cargo off, like it just did with mine, Yeah, the trailer itself didn't physically tip over, like it just kind of sprang on its hitch attachment thing, and then yeah, like sprang back to level. And in real life, if you had that thing ratchet strapped to death on that trailer, then yeah, you probably could tip the trailer sideways and it wouldn't fall off. And well, you can see from this one, it's ratchet strapped. Kind of 4 ratchet straps. I reckon that'd hang on. Unless it's made of like solid gold and weighs 80 ton or something, then it might give the ratchet straps a run for their money, but... Here's a good place for bridges. Yeah, that is one place I've got in mind. The only thing, again, why I'm not going to do it on live stream, the biggest awkward thing about that place is there's like, there was obviously an old wooden planked sort of walkway or driveway thing going across there that's broke up and it's old over time, and so there's just squares of wood that are all sitting jagged and awkward and all the rest of it as you drive through there. That's mainly what you catch on. So to lay bridges over there, I'd have to probably do a good little bit of experimenting just to get them all lined up to where, yeah, because of the awkward bits of wood jutting out all over the place, trying to get them flush would probably just take a little bit of tweaking. Again, it's something I'm perfectly happy to do. That's high on the list. I've mentioned that a few times in previous videos that I'd like to build bridges across there, but yeah, I think that might take you sort of a good few hours. But I'm willing to do it. Again, it's sort of fun in its own right, messing around building the bridges, so I don't feel like it's a pure chore in its own right. It's a bit like I've said how you can prep the maps, like if they added a snowplow, well, that Rhino mod has got a good snowplow that actually does work. I tried that at the end of a live stream a few weeks ago. Yeah, clear your route a bit, so it gives you that option. Do you want to attempt the route when there's rocks all over the place, blah blah blah, or you can send in a snowplow and clean it. And then the same with that bridge. Do you want to attempt the route where there's lots of awkward bits, or do you want to kind of fix bits first? So I think that's quite a cool concept and option to add to the game in general. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. This thing just feels like it's permanently on limp mode. And I don't even think it is like Bartelby's version of it. The normal Zix has felt like this to me for a while. I just feel like whatever's wrong with it, it's within the mechanics of this truck, and whatever that Bartelby dude has added to it, it's not fixed like the engine and power characteristics of it. Obviously the tyres are better and all the rest of it. Not sure, has he put a bigger fuel tank on? 680, I can't remember if it was always that big or not. He said 49 mod has the P16 horn. How does it? It is the best horn in the game. Look, now it's like, just fucking get some power down, man. You're in a completely flat level yard and it just cannot get past like 3rd gear or whatever. Well, there's one done. Right, where is that thing? Oh yeah, up here. Let's just go back to it quickly. I don't think I will be able to get the, no. Could race a mod over there. Let's have a look what we got first. What's that, Tiger? No. I always thought you could put the big crane on this. Suppose it could be done with a KRS Bandit. The only problem with the bridge mod is you can only hook up to one side. Yeah, true, I get what you mean. That, I suppose, it would be pretty handy if you could, oh, hang on. Where does it take that login thing off it? Yeah, true. That would be pretty cool if you could grab it from both sides. Had the same feel as MudRunner. Sorry dude, I missed the top half of that comment. Have you tried the new money mod? Yeah, yeah, I did actually. I was going to say thanks to everyone who let us know in the comments. Again, my phone is still, funnily enough, right now I've got, I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, I've been able to read your comments, I just can't type because my phone will die. What was I going to say? Yeah, thanks for letting us know though. If you look now, is it down on the D-pad? Yeah, I've got, what, 16 million. It works, it's a very good mod. I can show you at the end. The only reason, just before I started this live stream, I put that mod on, loaded the game up, did the thing, got 16 million. But then I had like 30 of those cars that you have to buy each time you do it in the garage, and then I just thought every time I'm going to pick a vehicle while I'm live streaming, I'm going to have to scroll through all those 30 cars, so then I just quickly went back to the main menu, turned the mod off, loaded the game back up, and then started the live stream. At the end though, because we'll do probably maybe one more mission after this, and then yeah, I'll call it a day, but I'll just show you quickly. I'll load to the main menu, I'll load that money mod thing, and then I'll load the game back up, and then yeah, I'll show you. I'm probably going to use that even on my normal playthrough, where I don't use mods, because I don't mind, like, I don't use mods as in modded trucks and stuff on that playthrough, but I don't mind using a mod just to boost my money up and all the rest of it. Because again, while I'm making videos, it's just easier that if I'm busy and I've got stuff to do and I need to find a truck I own, and it's like, instead of looking through, you know, 20 different maps trying to find it and all the rest of it, it's quicker to go and buy another truck, do that one up, get on with making the video and all the rest of it. So it is handy for me to have an abundance of money basically on this game, because it makes life a lot easier. Like I said, back before I knew about the money glitch, that cargo container contest thing, I was in the end of my bridge building video yesterday. I grinded that 250 to 300 times, probably more like 350 to 400 if you include all the times that I rolled and didn't make it. I mean, that's like pure just tens of hours of grinding that mission to earn money, so yeah. And yeah, that money mod thing, I just kept buying the 500 grand car. So, I suppose, yeah, well, I bought 30 of them, so 15 million. Which makes life a lot easier. And I'll go and do the same, like I say, on my normal playthrough. Just go and get another 10 or 15 million on that, and then, yeah, that'll set me for quite a while. So again, thanks to whoever added that mod, and whoever, well, there's a few of you, I believe, who let me know about it. Yeah, yesterday or the day before, my phone was literally to the point where it kept going up to like 2 or 3%, and then I'd type in, like, you have to enter the PIN code because the phone's just been turned back on, and then it'd either go flat again or drop to 1%, and then it probably 40 times it went flat to the point it just turned off, kept turning off, on and off. So I was like, oh, this is it, the phone's literally screwed. I tried a different charger cable, a new one, because every time I buy new charger cables I normally buy a cheap pack of 3 one as well. Use one of them charge cables, and it started getting the phone to climb above like 4 or 5%. Bad news though, because that's a cheap charger cable, it's not like a 3 amp fast charging one. It takes forever for my phone to charge up that way, and then I've still got the same problem of, like, the charger port is just quite worn and loose now, so the charger really easily wiggles out of it. So what I've done now is tied some kind of string around the charger cable, and then pulled it taut over the back of my phone, and then used Gorilla Tape to tape that string down. Well, it's not string, it's actually, you know, like birthday present ribbon that people kind of tie like a, yeah, like a fancy ribbon thing. Only like really thin, narrow ribbon strip thing, but yeah, they kind of, you see it on Christmas presents and stuff. I used that, tied that round the bottom of the charger, pulled it round the back of my phone, and then Gorilla Taped it in place. So now it's just holding the charger, so it's kind of no longer a mobile, as in I'm physically tied to the charger cable that is plugged in, obviously. But yeah, that's the, like, and I'm now finally getting charge building up in my phone, so with a bit of luck I might even be able to start replying some comments again. Because again, I do like to reply to comments, and it is getting to the point where it's difficult to reply to them all, because obviously when I used to be on like 400 subscribers it was easier, but that isn't an excuse. Like, if I couldn't be bothered or I didn't have time to reply anymore, I'd just say I can't be bothered or I haven't got time. But yeah, my phone is genuinely being a dick, and I would like to reply to comments, because if you guys take the time to ask me stuff and that, I like to reply. But that's also why I've been mentioning a lot more people's comments in videos recently, because it's like I can't type them out at the minute, but if I can just talk about them and kind of let them know the answer that way. CR, hey Mr. Lone Wolf, how are we doing today? I'm not too bad, cheers dude, how are you doing? I went and got 100 million. You know what, I would have got more. The only reason I didn't is because I was literally going to be starting that live stream like that minute. And then once I realised I'd bought 30 cars... Oh no, I tell you what I was going to do is just load it onto the bloody twin stick. I assume I can still fit a 4 slot on it. Yeah, so I just quickly did that, but otherwise I would have just carried on quickly, and that's, I will turn it on again. Well, I'll do it at the end of this video, so yeah, I'll probably be getting like 100 million, just so then I'll never even have to worry about it again, really. And if I do, well, I'm going to own a lot of shit. Cargo, yes. Restore crane, good to go. Good old twice twin steer. I do like this mod. Like I said, it's the original twin steer that just makes me nervous about this truck. And I love the twin steer. I believe it was in my top 10 favourite vehicles. It just tips too easily. But Fox's version, he's put a lot of extra weight, I believe, in the tyres. So, and it's a hell of a lot more planted. But yeah, I always get nervous when I drive it, and then I kind of realise after driving it, like, oh yeah, it's Fox's version, we're all good. It's not going to try and flip. Sarah Smith, are you trying to say that your phone has a tampon now? Pretty much. Strings and things popping out all over the place. Like I said, it's kind of a landline now, because it is tied and Gorilla Taped to the charger that is plugged in. Well, now if I wanted to use it as a mobile, I just have to unplug it from like the wall end. Well, obviously you can at least pull the USB bit out of the plug socket, but yeah, I've got a big long wire, like I say. It looks like some kind of horrific tampon, but it's still working. Well, what is it? It's about 4 years old. My last phone, I managed to get 7 years out of it, I think, before I finally gave in and got another phone. So this phone owes me another 3 years, really. We'll see. Well, if it can make it to 5, I'll call it quits. I don't like getting new phones. I basically owned 4 phones, I think, in my entire life. A Nokia 3310. And then I had... I can't remember, it was a Nokia of some sort, I can't remember, 50 something maybe, that had like almost like a Kinder Egg eggshell way, the way the case clipped over it, and it was waterproof. And then I dropped that in the toilet when I was 18, and the last thing my friend heard, who was on the phone to me, was me pissing onto my own phone. And then, well, technically, call it 4.5 phones, because I pissed on that phone, I borrowed my mate's already old as heck Nokia phone. That lasted me another 4 years odd, until the battery went fat and was going to blow up. And then I bought an iPhone 4, Had that about 7 years, and then I got an iPhone 7 Plus about 4 odd years ago, and yeah, I've still got that now, which, like I said, I'll milk that for as long as I can. The only reason I changed from the 4 to the 7 was because a load of the apps on the 4 were like just saying your phone's too old to be able to handle this app. Well, Twin Steer just drives through there with no problem. Do you know what? I was kind of talking at the time, but I was in the back of my head, I did think, bloody hell, Twin Steer did well through that section. Like, I didn't even moan once about anything. And, in fact, yeah, that was even in lowered suspension mode, so I could have even had it raised on top of that. The Twice Twin Steer is extremely good. It's not just like the Fox Rider dude, he's cool anyway. I've been talking to him, he's usually in the comments and that, he tells me a lot of cool information, but yeah, it's not just like I like him so I say I like his mods. His mods are genuinely extremely well made. They use SODL memory and they use SODL RAM, so you could turn every single mod that Fox has built on for less than the cost of a lot of mods in the game. So that's the reason why he, for me, is like sort of pretty much my favourite modder. JBE, again, is in very close second. Like, he's got very good mods, they're very stable, very well thought out, a lot of attachments, all the rest of it. And they use more like 20 megabytes, whereas Fox's use more like 0.2. But 20 megabytes is fine. You could fit bloody, 500 odd trucks on or something if that was the case. Yeah, and then like I said, these Bartleby mods as well, they seem to use SODL basically, and they're very good. Although, yeah, I'm still that Zix. I think it's more of an issue with the Zix than the specifically Bartleby's version, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like it lives up to the rest of his mods. I'll leave that there for a bit, because the loaf's on there as well. Right, let's find another mission. We'll probably go off Cosmodrome now. So we did something on Erskine, we did something on Cosmodrome. Let's have a look on Chimcharuski. Well, we could go to Northern Aegis, but the problem is on this, my modded playthrough, I've barely touched Northern Aegis, so all the roadblocks will still be there, half of the map's probably not even uncovered, etc. So there's not really a lot I could do on Northern Aegis that isn't going to take a bloody long time. Yeah, there's, like, the loaf's still in the top corner. In fact, we'll go up there quickly and I'll show you what I've been up to. Oh, come on. I have plans to rescue this loaf, and it ain't going to be easy. Well, within the mechanics of the game, I don't even know if it's physically possible, but the idea I have in my mind is as close as you're going to get to making it possible. So, there's a chance, but I won't ruin the surprise, because eventually when I get round to doing it. Sadly, I did have a Mustang at the top of this hill, mountain. I think you guys see me drive it up there on Livestream, in fact. But I had to recover it the other week, because I needed to turn the Mustang mod off to be able to fit the Kenny mods and all that on. I have a Samsung A50, works pretty good. Exactly, if it works, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Funnily enough, I've seen an article earlier saying, like, some old phones could be worth thousands, and apparently the original iPhone, that's worth 10 grand, apparently, already. Yeah, so my loafs are down there. So the problem is, it's pretty bloody deep. That's what she said. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need, I believe this is a Twice Twin Steer from Fox. I did try get up there with a 8-slot ramped trailer, which is currently wedged in the trees there, so I'll kind of abandon that for now. Yeah, we'll get on with it at some point. Right, so what have we got missions on this? We won't do one of those block ones again. Oh, crap. Right, I could just get this solid rock done quick, because it's just it's locking so many missions behind that. I already know where to go, so it'll just be a quick flying lap of the map really. We'll try... and the problem is I need one of these bloody seismic vibrator things, so I need a mod that's compatible with that, and for whatever reason practically none of them are. It's a goddamn outrage that the loaf isn't compatible with a seismic vibrator module. He'd fit one on there. Oh god. Yeah, that can, but it's a stock bloody GMC or whatever, so it's not really going to do us a lot of favours. So the normal Western Star can, but I don't believe that Bartelby's mod version can. Which is kind of weird, because on this one the axle lifts up and you would think is in the way. Right, let's have a quick look through. Does it tell you on here, like, if it's compatible? Is there anything that... Yes. So it's not on that. Just gotta find one that's a mod that is compatible. If not, worst case, I'll just have to take like an iceberg and just tow, I don't know, a step tow behind it. Still though, I'm pretty surprised there's not one mod so far that can just have a seismic vibrator module. No, that was not a mod. I honestly don't think there's any, you know? It's pretty crazy. Plan B. Right, that can, so I'll tow that behind me. Bartelby's bore. Yeah, true actually, I drove that I think last week. That is a very good mod, we could use that. I'm sure I've got it in here somewhere. If not, the iceberg would do pretty well. Come on, menu, it's slow as anything. Oh, the P16. Oh, there he is. Curious if it could have a 2-slot, but it can't. Just me, I'm pretty sure I activated this mission. Could be wrong, but I feel like I did. Ever play Blaster Master for the NES? Tank could drive. Oh, sorry, it skipped. The name definitely rings a bell, so I've got a feeling like I have. I can't really remember the game though, if I'm honest, but yeah, as soon as I read the name, that definitely rang a bell. The menu might not show it since it's a mod, but it's just a theory. True, but I remember I did actually look through some of them, Oh, here you go. This is one of those bridges I laid. Well, there you go. That didn't go too well. That was more, to be honest, that I kind of wheel span and skidded off the side of it. Yeah, but I laid this in the video I made yesterday. Let's try that again. Ooh. Still in bloody reverse. In theory, if I didn't tip over, it certainly makes it over there a lot quicker. I mean, to be fair, in that section I could probably do with, say, moving the bridge a bit nearer towards me now and then laying another one there as well. Jan McIver, awesome, I caught the stream. Hope all as well, bud. Yeah, I'm not too bad, cheers. Hope you're doing well as well. Rebel by choice, couldn't you have put the seismic on the bore? I don't believe so. I don't believe it gave me the option, did it? I mean, when I was just scrolling through the truck store, it tells you at the bottom if it's compatible with the seismic vibrator module thing. And none of them were saying they were. And I'm pretty sure a couple of weeks ago I had this same issue, because I was going to quickly do it before the live stream and just get this solid rock mission done. Because I don't really want to do this mission on live stream, but... like how, I don't know, everything's feeling a bit gutless tonight and I'm not too keen on it. Well, I wouldn't even say tonight, that first trip with Bartelby's 6 thing felt alright, but ever since I said something felt a bit off with that loaf when I got him out of the garage, I don't know, everything's just felt like it's even more gutless than usual. Are you fucking serious? Of course it won't grab it. Bore has seismic, you passed it in the menu, does it? Do you know what? I didn't even pay attention, also I did. Also it did, I mean. Cheers, man. Makes life a bit easier. So, first place I gotta go then is... What was it about there, I think? The next one is there. Third one so there and then there. And then the last one was about there somewhere. I mean, that's throttled down all the time. It's like, is it just me, or is that not a bit slow? And that was jabbing L1 to jump through the gears. It's just like it. Not happy about climbing gears. Yeah, I could probably do with 2 bridges there, but that was a hell of a lot faster and easier than crawling through the death. That's basically what I would consider death mud, so pretty bloody slow to say the least. Look at it, there's just no guts going on. I honestly feel like something's broken since the start of the live stream, because I don't know, something definitely feels off. The amount of winch points, that's the thing. When you put a massive winch on it, sometimes you regret it. Chest to do. Hi Wolf, England or Italy? Oh, for the World Cup. Well, I'm going to say England because I am English. And let's be honest, we normally fluff most of them. So this is the closest it's ever been to England winning, I think, either a World Cup or the Euros in my lifetime. And given the last time was 1966. I'll probably be dead by the time they ever get the chance again, so I'm kind of hoping it's England, just because I'd like to see us win one of them once in my lifetime. But, and I was saying it the other week, like, Italy, to me, is one of those teams where they can play very averagely and they're not necessarily a worry, no offence. However, when Italy are playing well, they're a scary bloody team and they're probably going to win. So it's one of those, it depends which Italy turns up on the day. If they're on form, we're screwed, probably. But if they're just having one of those games where, I don't know, they're just all a bit, they're not flowing well together, then yeah, it could be doable. But I don't underestimate Italy. Haven't they won 2 odd World Cups and the Euros, so they got more trophies in their cabinet than us as far as those go. But just think of it this way, have some sympathy for an Englishman who we've been screwed over by Maradona's hand of God. We had Ronaldo winking at the ref and some abysmal Portugal versus England decision where we scored a goal, it went past the line but it got disallowed. We had Argentinians diving and getting Beckham sent off when he clearly didn't barely touch him and all the rest of it. Like, we've had some serious things go against us. It's about time we just give us one. I mean, we invented the game. Just be nice. Just be like good manners to let us win it. Maybe they're doing upgrades. What, as you mean to why it's acting a bit weird? Could well be. The bridge working out. Yeah, incredibly well. The bridge there, funnily enough, working so well. I kind of didn't even think about it. I did as I was going over it. But you know what I mean? Like, that's how it should work so well that you don't even need to pay attention to it. It's just there now and it works. Is it further down? No, I thought it was about here. I'm like an inch off. It's about to offer me the option then, I believe. I think it's your game, not the trucks. Maybe. I certainly wouldn't necessarily disagree on that. I don't know either way. And again, I drove these mods the other week. They're fantastic mods. So yeah, I kind of feel like it. I agree in the sense of it's my game, not the mods, but I just mean, is it just my game? Or would that be happening to all of us if we were using them right now? I don't know. Something definitely does feel a bit odd with it though. I may as well go. That way, and then yeah, it was about to there. Yeah, it'll work out a lot better actually. Somewhere around that. something really feel the raw power of the trucks, but SnowRunner just feels weak. Yeah, no, I agree. It's like, it doesn't give you that beastie truck feel that it should. And they could achieve a lot of that with the correct sounds in a way, at least make it sound like it's putting a lot more effort in, but no, I fully agree. Oh no, I was supposed to turn around. I don't pay attention very much on live streams, I've learned that. Also, there is a different add-on for trees. What's that about? I don't like these trees. I don't want to add them on. I want to remove them violently, preferably. Trees are bad too. Half of them are made of rubber and don't break. Yeah, true. It'd be nice if they were all breakable. Especially as they kind of use them as ways to fence you off certain areas, which, to a degree, like I said, this game is kind of a sandbox where it just gives you a gigantic map and is, in theory, supposed to say, here's a bunch of trucks, here's a bunch of missions, crack on, do what the hell you like. But then they've gone through it in a lot of places and been like, well, we don't want them to go this way and we don't want them to go that way. And in some ways you could almost say it's like not a sandbox, it's just a well disguised kind of, it's been systematically laid out and planned that you will have to go this way and so on. Whereas yeah, I like to just pure freestyle it, and within the limits of, like, obviously I don't expect to drive up a vertical cliff, but yeah, and that's one of the things I didn't originally like about Lake Cov, because all the super snow they put everywhere just completely makes you go slow as anything. Unless you stick to the pre-designated roads that they decided for me. Any plans to try and turn the bridge into a ramp? Yeah, well, earlier on in the live stream we built a ramp at the end of the White Valley runway and jumped off there. It didn't go too well. Well, the first time did actually. The second time it was not as good. But that's something I'll mess around with, like, off live stream, just so I can spend 2 or 3 hours messing around and then edit it down into like 10 minutes of the good stuff where stuff went successful. Again, like, look, get on with it, gearbox and engine. Like, why is it so limp, man? It's definitely not what she said. Look at it, this was not what these mods were like. And again, I don't even think it's specifically these mods. There might be a game-wide, I don't know. Like, the power's just died on everything. Like, look at my gears. First gear, second, first, second, first. It's just forcing me back to first all the time. There we go, now I'm in second, staying in it, but there you go, now it jumps back to first. Something is definitely wrong. Alright, Whopper. Oh, cat's turned up. George, we did that in Alaska, yeah. Just got here a little bit late for the stream, it's no worries, but yeah, well, I mean, you can go back and look at it now, or whenever you like. If what are we on, 2 hours 35. It's got to be around the hour and a half mark. In fact, you probably just missed it, to be honest. But like I say, I'll probably make a video of doing a ramp, because, and yeah, quite a few successful attempts at it. I can edit out all the unsuccessful ones. Gearbox likes gear 1 on the bore. It certainly does. But it was doing it on the Zix as well to me earlier. Like, look at it again. Tap in L1, which normally jumps up the gears. As soon as it goes to second, it's just instantly forcing it back to first. I would recover, but I just want to get this bloody mission out of the way so it at least unlocks some of the other missions. Then I'll probably just do one of those missions and then call it a day. Always running errands. It's all good, dude, like I say. I appreciate you joining us for the stream. You don't have to make it in the first minute. I've seen, I think it was a process of lagging the trucks or something. I think they bumped up the drag from the mud again. If they have, it's some serious over the top amount at the minute, because this is like... feels like driving a bloody normal derry. Just get out of fucking first, man. It's not even got the guts to go downhill in high. Like, it's definitely broken. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to have to end this pretty soon, because this is definitely not a fun way to spend a live stream watching a truck not managed to get over fucking first gear. It might here because I'm on the ice, but look at it. It's still jumping back to first when I'm on the ice. Third. Fourth. Keep doing it, game. Fifth. First. I wonder what that's all about. I wonder if it's one of the mods I've got turned on or what. The fact that it feels like it broke sort of half an hour to an hour after I started the live stream though. Don't know what to think on that one, if I'm honest. TRD took over right now. You can adjust the sensitivity for the right stick. You can change gears. I don't know about that. Playing on the highway map and the truck's struggling. Yeah, something's definitely not right. So this thing was an absolute beast last week or the week before when I tried it. I like this was one of my favourite of the Bartleby mods. And again, I'm not. I'm gonna have to try some different truck that's not one of his. Because to be fair, the Zix it was doing it on was sort of the Bartleby version of it as well. Oh yeah, that's where I am. Sorry, I was getting a bit lost as to where the hell I was. They have to be doing upgrades. I have no idea. Gorbrim, are you going to do a bug report? I don't know yet, because I don't even know what I'll be reporting at the minute. I'll have to, like, test out a few things sort of later off the live stream or whatever. If I can work out what it is, well, instead of doing a bug report to SnowRunner, if it ends up being specific to, it could be something that's gone a bit weird with Bartleby's gearboxes, maybe. Because his mods are definitely better than this normally. Like I said, I drove them for like a whole week on the live stream and they were extremely good. And I feel like the Zix that I used at the beginning of the night was fine, but like, look, this thing ain't even got the power to, like, ran out of power. I mean, even if in theory it couldn't climb up there, it should at least light the wheels up. It's probably not going to be anything except... I don't know, something seriously wrong, mate. I'm not out of fuel. I've got all-wheel drive on, diffs. God knows. It's all kinds of balked. You ain't wrong on that one, right? There's something seriously wrong going on. Right, this is 3 out of 4 anyway. It's bloody last one done and then it's done. And it won't keep holding us back from a load of missions every time I do a live stream. Thankfully it's mostly flat driving all the way to the next one. I mean, like I said, there is a chance it isn't this Bartleby mods, it could be the whole game, as in, like, Rebel was saying, like, maybe they're doing upgrades. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks, that they've coded sections of terrain where it forces you to stay in first gear no matter what. Maybe there's something gone wrong with that part of their coding that's now just forcing everything into first, like, all the time. It seems to be able to, on this stuff, get up to, yeah, 4th or 5th or whatever, but... Well, now it's not again. 2nd... 3rd... 4th... And if it tries to change to 5th, I think it'll just drop, yeah, to 1st. But then sometimes it's not even letting it, yeah, get as high as 3rd or 4th, it's just going from 2nd to 1st, it just did now. It's got back to 3rd. I really have no idea with that one. Thorgrim Harrison, gotta go, bye, enjoyed it. I appreciate it, dude, cheers for joining us. I do believe this happened to me a few weeks ago while using the JBE grad. Yeah, so that's the thing, if that's the JBE, that's a different modder again, so... Nearly there at this last one. I could try it quickly. When I recover this to the garage, I could just try a different gearbox, see if that makes any difference. David Kaiser, is it? Or Kizza? Have you ever done a hard mode live stream or playthrough? I've not so far, dude. Like, yeah, I'll probably do a bit of hard mode footage. I was saying it earlier on the live stream, but yeah, it won't be a hell of a lot because it's just extra restrictions to the game that I really just can't be bothered with anymore, if I'm honest. All that for 3,600. It was a bit of a rip-off. So what, that's the tuned 5-speed. Let's try the 10-speed, because I'm sure I did use that at some point. And I quite liked the 10-speed. Turn it to daylight a bit. Damn man, I'm late. That barbecue was lit then. It's all good, dude. Barbecue's more important. This live stream will still be there when you get back. Right, so I'm in 4th. That might be because I jumped the gear, maybe. 2nd, 5th, 8th. No, and then it went back to 1st. Oh, helps looking where I'm going. Yeah, it just literally went from 9th to 1st, even though... So 9... 10th, 1st, yeah, something's broke. I don't know what, but that kind of puts a bit of a dampener on... I'll see, if there's a small mission to do, I'll do it. Where's that? Yeah, spring cleaning. What was that like again? So bricks, which I can get bricks from up there or something. Concrete blocks, they're down there. Metal beams. I'd have to poach some. And cement. Alright, we'll do this mission then, and then I'll call it a day. All I've basically got to do is run down here, grab some stuff, and drop it off there, and that'll be concrete blocks and cement, metal beams. I can grab one there. I know there's one there. There's a few dotted around. I think there's one down there I could grab as well. So yeah, this won't be too bad. And then bricks. If not, I think there might be some bricks. Oh, there's only one in there. Right, I wonder what... Let's see if anything else won't suffer. I kind of feel like the twin steer was doing alright. Let's try this beast. What did I need? I think it was 4... Oh, sorry. I'll just put a saddle on it. Hard mode takes the already slowness of the game and dials it up to 20. Yeah, that's the thing. If they hadn't gone so over the top with all the slowness and over stupid death mode and all the rest of it, I'd consider hard mode, but they've already just done enough for me that it's like, yeah, I don't need... And between all the bugs that I get in the game as well, it's just like, yeah... I don't need another list of 20 restrictions again that I've now got to listen to. Right, so concrete blocks and cement, yeah, flying down here. And then I got the crane, because I could grab one metal beam from there. Sounds like a plan. Oh yeah. You have to abandon the whole mission though. Try the mod pack trailer, get a sideboard with rails, can double stack. Yeah, true, that'd be pretty cool. just preferably if you can get his back end all the way on that step. It's just when you load cargo, otherwise it moans sometimes. Trucks, restore frame. Get some daylight. Right, so what we're doing? Going down here. Oh yeah, we're just flying down there. So might have to ramp off the cliff. We'll look into it. So we're in fourth. Where did I go? No, it's down there now. Yeah, basically doing that. Now I'm on this road at the bridge. That just saved me. I cut down about there instead of having to go around here. Technically, all of that. That just saved me doing. I could see something, sorry, about an American truck affecting the CAT CT681 suspension. Involuntarily. Did you say the muds were better than chained on the loaf for Amur region? What was that, sorry? Did you say the muds were better? I prefer the muds on the loaf because I think they look better. And for the most part, I just think they're better than the... Because the version of... oh shit, now I've got roadblocks. Might have to just see if we can ramp over it. The only thing is, obviously, there's a lot of icy roads on the Amur region. And muds don't do well on ice. So there is situations where it could be handy to have a loaf with chains. But yeah, most of my loafs have got muds on, to be honest. But again, that is just, yeah, I just prefer the look of them and all the rest of it on that. Yeah, I think we're going this way. See again, Fox's mod, the old iceberg, that just walked over that roadblock. Like, I probably won't even need to unblock that roadblock, to be fair, because that was a piece of piss. CT681 is terrible, so I now never use vanilla trucks. Yeah, they're certainly not good enough for these maps, like this region. It'd be alright if you're on, yeah, what's it called, Black Badger Lake. I'm really not liking this whole gearbox situation. I'm just getting high. I'm hoping, like, high gear saves the day again. It can't drop lower than high when you're in high gear, so it can't keep jumping back to first. I'll handle this speed. At least we can get going. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I hope that's not going to be a persistent theme, because that near enough breaks the entire game for me. I'm not really going to be bothered doing missions if I have to keep going first gear everywhere. CE681 and 49X are great short logs. Yeah, I could see why you're saying that, but what if you get to a muddy section or something? That was, I really like the 49X, looks wise and all the rest of it, and I really wanted to like it, but it got such crappy grip values that it wheel spins far too much. I think because it's got so many wheels, it's got less weight acting on per wheel, because it's obviously the weight's been divided by more wheels, and because of that it doesn't plant each wheel too well into the floor, and because of that it feels like it wheel spins quite a bit. Like obviously on a highway-ish kind of like at Black Badger Lake, the 49X would probably be bloody good, and yeah, the CT681, I just find once you come to a muddy section, all the rest of it, you're kind of screwed then. I'm in 6, 7, no, it's not made me go into first yet. Well, it was a minute ago, but it's not now. Maybe it just needed a good old thrashing in high gear. What did I need? Concrete blocks, yeah, 1. And cement, I think it was. Again, I wish they'd put a black box behind the materials so I could read them. It's funny how easy it is just flying out that way. After doing that for the last couple of days with an 8-slot trailer through there, threading this thing through was like a no-brainer. Right, what I did want to do as well, so sort of get to here and then just grab that quickly. I noticed that when in high, I'd hit L1 and it seemed to go faster. Yeah, ages ago I mentioned this, but I almost believe it's like it limits you to 1 go per minute or something. But every now and then when you hit L1, it's like it dips the clutch, and then like you let the clutch back out and it kind of bumps your power back in. Like sometimes you can get into situations where you're almost stuck, and you tap L1, it's going to be a bad example at the minute because the gearbox is behaving all weird and all sorts, but I know exactly what you mean. It's like it does give you a little boost, but then if you try it like again 5 seconds later, it has no effect. But if you leave it for a bit, like a couple of minutes or whatever, and then do it, it works again. I know exactly what you mean, dude, and it's yeah, I agree. But like I said, it's as if they've limited it to like, it doesn't work, like you can't just keep tapping it again and again and keep getting a little boost. But it sort of is like it dumps the clutch and releases it, and sort of, yeah, it makes your power boot back in a bit and you're on your way. Dev must be watching and fixed it. I don't know, they still feel like they're behaving a bit weird. I think Fox's mod is resisting it though, it's trying to fight it. To be honest, as long as I can stick it in high gear, I'll make do with that for now. Oh yeah, I can reverse this trailer. I was going to say I should have dropped the trailer off at the road, but it's not going to be hard to reverse this one. Unlike a trailer that shall not be named. Shitty ramp flatbed. Oh, what, can I only load it onto the trailer? Can I not just make it... Oh no, yeah, loading platform. Being a bit further forward in that case. close enough. I've left the winch on it because it might fall off a little bit easier than normal. Normally the crane, like the normal cranes, sit high enough that it could just sit over the top of that metal, but just with how flush to the top of the roof the Bandit sits, it's kind of, yeah. But it won't matter. Like this thing, I doubt I'll need the winch anyway. So we're in 5th gear. Is it going to work? 6th. 7th, 1st. So it's doing it a bit on this, yeah. 2nd, 1st. 3rd, 1st. But it does seem to be, yeah, now it's let me get up to 6th. I don't know, this one is kind of resisting it a bit. Not 100% successful, but it is fighting against it. I don't know, I was clawing through the mud well enough with UAD 2 off-road tyres on the CT680 149X. Adding the weight of the log cat and... Oh, I assume we ran out of message space. I mean, again, if you're getting used out of them, like, that's good. I don't know, there is other trucks that I think would perform objectively better. And yeah, I mean, I paid for the 49X, like, I'd like to use it more, because I had to pay extra for it, but I just... If it had changed muds on it, it'd help, or custom muds would be even nicer. And the Cat CT681, one of the big problems with that, because it's got the same weird rear suspension that the Cat CT680 has, which is basically no suspension, it sits very low. So again, flying along a motorway or a tarmac road and all that, or maybe even like a light dirt road, it's not too bad. But then when you're in like boggy roads, it's just permanently dragging its chassis through the mud because there's just barely any height to it. But again, if you're enjoying them, like, then good, like, keep enjoying them. It doesn't matter what I think. Let's cut through this way. I could attempt climbing back over that road block. There is another piece of metal there, though, that would be quite nice. Oh, there is another piece of metal there, so I don't really need to. Oh, do you know what? Sod it. I'm going to attempt the road block. What could possibly go wrong? Nearly tipped it like a second after I finished that sentence. That's how wrong it could go. Do a winch, but I'm going to have to disconnect this crane to do that, which I'd rather not, but oh yeah, and scan through 50 million winch points. Like, where is it? Just at least start it on the screen game. Like, anybody? Oh, there you are. The absolute perfect opposite side to what I need. Now where the bloody hell has it gone? I mean, I blame this for why my down button on the D-pad is broken. Because of excessive wear from bloody winch points. And you watch. First tree I grab will be one that will just rip out the fucking ground, and then I've got to go and do it all over again. What did I say? Now the metal will probably fall off because I can't have the winch on that, but this is probably quicker. Why don't you start now, trailer? What is the trailer caught on? tree just kind of phased into it, I think. Probably should have just gone the other way. Hello? You know what? I'll be honest, I really would like to know what I'm catching on, because it don't look like I'm catching on the trees, but it sure as hell feels like it. Oh, well, that's cool, some kind of tree. Could have gone better, could have gone worse. Azov, aka Bruce, is good for short logs and medium log trailer combo. Yeah, true, Bruce is definitely a very solid vehicle. Ever since they kind of fixed this issue with how bad it used to catch its nose, it's yeah, always been a solid truck. Oh god. You know what's getting me now? Because it won't let the crane rotate anymore, because I've got to rotate it all the way around this way. Again, why? I don't even care if in real life I would have to do that with a crane. In real life, I can't press triangle a few times and make it go from midnight to 1 PM, so I'm willing to accept a few unrealistic things to improve the enjoyment and flow of my game. Just get him high, that'll do. And Yukon got stuck, then ignored it for a good while, but you beast. Oh, well, that didn't help. Probably shouldn't have been trying to read comments at that point. Thank God this is the last mission. Christ. Well, sorry, whoever I was reading your comment, kind of missed the last half of it. Just curious, I doubt it, but 5 foot. Will it let me pack it? Unknown problem. Normally it says impossible to pack cargo. See again, like someone had to program that box to pop up and say unknown problem. Well, instead of programming that box, why don't you just program the fucking trailer to work? There's an idea. To be honest, I probably shouldn't keep packing and unpacking them every time. Bruce being most used best truck, especially for new region. He's definitely one of them that I use quite a lot. The Dolphin's probably the most used for me. But yeah, Bruce is like easily probably top 3 most used for me. Oh my god, that did not go well. At least with the crane working, like, it can go to full extension without making the cargo slam down on the floor and all the rest of it. That is making loading the, yeah, I don't mind this too much. This one on my head. Yeah, solid. I'm gonna see if this crane can lift the this metal beams at full extension, because that's what a lot of the cranes can't. Not happy about it, it's a bit jiggling around, but it is working, so. Really? Do you know why now it's saying impossible to pack? Because it's not rotated around to this angle. And the fact that they've changed that recently, and yet they still make the rotation of the speed I can rotate cargo set to painfully slow. Like, if they're going to be that picky about it, can they not at least speed up how quick we can rotate cargo? See? Like, I don't know, they just, it's like they have a team meeting every day and say, right, how can we fuck the game a little bit more today? Ideas, go. And then people just shout out like, what if we break the cranes? And they're like, Jimmy, I love it. Get on it. Question is, can it lift the loaf at full extension? See, it started to drop there. The fact that it can even lift the loaf at all when the other little cranes are basically horrific. The KRS Bandit is definitely the best one out of them. That'll do. So yeah, that happening every now and then, I don't mind, as long as the cranes work fine and I can actually, you know, get my thing done. Uh-oh. Forgot about that cargo on the roof. Then yeah, like that's what I don't mind the odd little crash and that every now and then. I quite kind of like doing rescues. It just put me off for months because the cranes were so terrible that then it made rescues and little like repacking yourself not fun. That's where like I couldn't do it on the live stream anyway, but at that point sometimes I would just quit and reload. See, sorry, loaf like your exploration vid was a very nice drive. I appreciate it, dude. Sorry, I missed kind of the top half of that comment. Justin Lynch, you only need the cargo to be angled slightly. Yeah, but still, you never used to be able to. Like, I don't know why they have to make it a little bit worse now. Am I even going the right way? I don't recognise a lot of these roads for some reason. Yeah, I am. Like, yeah, you probably don't need to rotate it fully, but it used to be... Like, I used to be able to put stuff sideways on that step deck part where the loaf is sat now, and it would still accept the cargo and pack it, so they've made it more strict, and yeah, I don't know why, because on top of that, I can't extend the crane, most cranes anyway, the full length when they're lifting something like metal beams, because then they're just too heavy for it and it collapses, so it's kind of like, fix your game, man, if you're gonna... Oh, we've got some bricks here. How many do we need? 2. It's going to be a little bit of a high stack going on, but... Oh, I don't mind. Is that on? Try and pop a few on the trailer again. Be nice if they are on the trailer, because then once I drop the first materials off, those ones will just kind of drop onto the trailer, and then I can click pack, and then they're already there. Yeah, as long as it's not straight across, cargo will pack. Yeah, but it's just like I say, it used to be able to just be straight across. Like, it was very chilled on how much it would moan about that. In fact, stop it. I love this one. On my roof as well. And them ones behind the loaf. They are rocking a little bit, but and rock all they like. Don't fall off. Help, my crane needs a double hit of Viagra. Exactly, like, that is exactly what they need. A lot of it. This is where you need the packed trailer mod. True. But I'm not going to deny I also do like a little bit of the old wearing cargo like a hat. That's probably just personal. I'm not denying that a trailer that can let you double stack would be pretty damn good. Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, like, wearing cargo like a hat is a viable option. I'm more worried, I'm not even focusing on the stuff I'm wearing like a hat. It's that loose lot of bricks I've just got sat on top of those metal beams that I'm eyeballing, because they're the ones that are looking a little bit wobbly for my liking. But I've only got to go basically up this road, so I have no regrets. So what have I got? Bricks 2, got them. Concrete blocks, got them. Metal beam. So I'm going to need one more metal beam after this, which is like literally up the road. This was a much easier way to get this done. What trailer pack is that sideboard with the posts in? I'll be honest, I don't know really. I only use really Fox's trailer pack. I tried to use some of the others, they just eat too much memory. There is a few newer trailer packs that don't. I just haven't got around to trying them yet. Oh yeah, so then cargo, some of them. will it? It used to be able to, but... It's going to get sketchy. Take on just one sec. That's what I mean. See how the legs don't touch the floor? So if I drove out from under this trailer, it'd sit too low. But I can show you a way out, like, to sort of solve that. Let's get a bit of daylight. If you get like there might work. It's probably close, but you want to park it sort of on the brow of a hill, so it's probably not the best example there. Work to show you. I did do it in a video, I just can't remember which. So one thing I like about this truck, it's got the rear steer, the front wheels steer, but it's also still got a bit of the articulation. So all in all, for the size of the truck, it's got a very good turning circle, but also, yeah, having a little bit of articulation is nice. If you ever crash into the ice, where it can kind of fence you in a little bit, because you can actually, like, make your truck wiggle side to side like a fish. You can kind of break the ice away from the edges of you. And it's sort of, yeah, the best of both worlds, really. So there is seriously something wrong with the power in this game, because the iceberg is an absolute unit normally, and now there isn't even enough power going to spin the wheels barely. So yeah, that one's done. We'll call it a day, but I'll just show you the money mod quickly as well. 13 grand. Do you know what, considering how easy this iceberg made that, and I just wore bits of cargo on my head and all sorts, that wasn't too bad. Normally that should be more like a 25 grand mission though, really. I'll just go back to the garage, because then it'll load that up. Right. Yeah, I'll just show you this new money mod, so some of you can try it out, and obviously money is not really going to be an issue with this one. What time is it for you? Just gone 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun's, yeah, probably been coming up for about the last 15-20 minutes. It's officially kind of just getting light outside now. Mod browser. I just seen, does it matter if you deliver cargo out of order? I don't believe so, unless they have, like, some missions have sort of stage 1 and stage 2, where you have to deliver all the stage 1 stuff before it'll allow you to deliver the stage 2 stuff. This is the money mod, called money setup mod by Gasket Games, is that? It's pretty bloody small on this screen, but yeah. So you turn that on, and then he just says, it explains in like the writing that you're able to read. it adds vehicles that add various amounts of money, and then, well, I'll start loading the game and I'll just show you. Truck mod is missing, unnamed mod. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is, but it keeps telling me it's missing. Well, it depends on the mission, most don't matter. Yeah, exactly. In most cases, it'll let you just deliver whatever. But there is a few missions, it's just where it breaks it into two things, which I can sort of show you an example of in a second. And I did it on block alpha, that mission. I think I took certain supplies there ready, but I couldn't drop them off until I'd finished the first stage. So then I just had to park at the side quickly, finish the first stage, and then just drive the other trucks back on and drop that off. I was thinking about getting the 8-slot box trailer and just ramming 16 cargo on it. I mean, yeah, true. I was thinking about doing it as well. Funny enough, yeah, is it the 8-slot box trailer? Yeah, same here. I was there was a few different things I wanted to try, because once I could pack loafs and stuff on top of trailers, and I did pack a loaf on top of the box trailer, I had the same idea. I wonder if you could pack another 8 cargo on top of it, but I never got round to trying it, and I ended up, I think they might have removed the mod to update it, and then I just never turned it back on since. Right, so now if I go into truck store, these are the mods that have been added. So you can see there's 500 grand, 25 grand, 250 grand, 10 grand, 100 grand. These ones, I don't really know why you want to use them, but whatever. That one, if you buy it, it's going to cost me 100 grand, and yeah, etc. The corresponding numbers. So this one, if you look at my money, what's it on? 16.7 million. So if I buy one of these, it should go to 17. Sorry, 18. No, 17.2. Sorry, I'm getting bloody muddled up what I was on. Yeah, 17.2. So buy another one. I'm on 17.7. Then literally, like, every time I buy one of these, I'm being given 500,000. Yeah, the other ones, I mean, it's cool that they're there, but I don't really, there's no point in buying the 25 grand one when I can just buy a load of these. So what am I on? 36, 37, we'll get to 50 million and then but what was I on when I just started? 16.7 million, so when I get to 50 million, I've just added like, I don't know what, 33 odd million. And then now, each time I bought one of them, it's given me this car. So if I go into truck storage, you can now see I just own a shitload of these. And that's why I just quickly got rid of them before I started the live stream. Otherwise, I'd have to keep scrolling through these every time I want to get to my vehicles. However, don't do anything with them. Don't sell them. So just store that one in my garage. Now I won't scroll through all of them again, but I've got 50 odd or whatever I just bought, and I own them. And then go return to main menu. The trailers also carry fuel and repairs. Which one's that? There's quite a lot. I'm sure some of Fox's mod trailers have a few repairs on them. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure some of them have. Thanks for the reply, Strike and Tribe. Once in a lifetime, 100 vehicles is standard with this mod. True, I could have kept going, it was just to be honest because it's on live stream. Right, and then go to mod browser. Now turn it off. And because I've turned it off, it'll delete the vehicles, you know, that, like, I need the mod turned on. So now it'll say truck mod is missing. Does it say, oh no, apparently it says in the description, it might say now, you know, mod missing, meaning like you need to turn that money mod back on. Otherwise it'll delete the vehicles. So the menu's just froze for a sec, but I've just clicked X. So now when I load the game back up, all those 50 green, what were they, TUZ, whatever they're called, they'll all be gone now, but I still get to keep the money. talking about the pack trailer mod. What's the memory like on that? Because like I say, a mod I've heard good things about trailer pack wise. Is it Pogrim? I can't remember if that's how you pronounce it, but I think you guys will know what I'm on about if you've tried the trailer pack. Yeah, his trailer pack's apparently really good, but I believe that uses quite a bit of memory again, which, like I say, just trying to fit it all in to like so I can still keep all my mods on as well. Again, it certainly feels like it takes longer to load the menu screens than it used to. It's not the end of the world, it's just, I would say, like a year ago, I'm sure it's quicker. And there you go, now I'm in my truck storage menu. All those 50 cars or whatever I just bought have vanished because I've turned the mod off. And then yeah, you can still see though in the top corner, or I'll just press that, I've still got 50 million. So that's basically how it works. Yeah, again, thanks to the guy who made the mod, thanks to people who let me know about that, because, well, that's just solved it all. I was mentioning in yesterday's video when I was building those bridges that it'd be nice if they made the bridge cost $1 instead of $4.5 grand, so that if you like crashed and rolled when you own one, I'll sort of just show you quickly, but yeah, because these behave like, well, they are trailers in fact. Yeah, it's doing it in this as well, where it feels really weird and it's just sticking in first gear, so something's broken with the gears throughout the entire game. It's not just that Bartleby dude. Yeah, I was just saying, like, if these trailers cost $1 instead of $4.5 grand, it'd be handy, because I mean, I don't need to physically make myself roll. In fact, sod it, I will do. Oh no, I'm going to be closer than that. Should be close enough. So if you were driving around in this truck and you tip, obviously I hit recover, it says you can't because the trailer's attached, so then I would have to detach trailer to recover. But now I've got a trailer that I've abandoned. And in that set, oh well, it's pretty convenient, to be fair, that just flicked back on its side on its own. Then again, in fact, let's see, can I pick it up though? Or has that just fell upside down now? Well, this could also freak out now. Worst case, by the way, if it does blue screen me now, because this goes mental. I appreciate everyone joining us, because that will auto-end the live stream. And by now, there's no point in starting another one. Do you know what? I thought it might even land. Well, you can see the issues. So basically, I was just saying, if it cost $1 to detach trailer, delete trailer, the selected trailer will be deleted without any compensation. The trailer is used in a quest, the quest will need to be restarted. And then yeah, that's now just cost me $4.5 grand to delete that trailer. And then obviously I could recover, leave the garage and just put another one on. But yeah, now this money mod exists, $4.5 grand doesn't really mean jack shit anymore, to be fair, so yeah, that solved that problem. I had a feeling that trailer would go mental. Yeah, SnowRunner's trolled me enough to know. So I know the Loaf is your go-to scout, but what's your go-to truck that you always use? For me, most is probably the Dolphin, because one of the only issues with it is it's got a small fuel tank, but I still do believe that how well it travels in high gear at a reasonably high speed through a lot of terrain that most other trucks can't handle staying in high gear, it covers a lot of distance within a short amount of time, so it makes better use of 200 litres than near enough every other vehicle in the game would. Yeah, so you still get more done than you think with 200 litres, and then I take a loaf, so that now brings an extra 200 litres. I could also bring a loaf with a Scout fuel trailer for my long-range Swiss Army Dolphin setup. That's now an 1100 litre, or no, what's it, 1300 I think, if I've got a loaf with me as well. So yeah, for me, the Dolphin's just like, it's got 8 wheels, which 8 wheels tends to, you've just got more points of grip, and the way the game seems to work, an 8-wheel vehicle has more grip than a 6-wheel vehicle. Bruce, a 10-wheel vehicle, has more grip than the Dolphin, but Bruce has got a big old fat chin on him. Not to say the Dolphin, like, that's got its own little chin issues, but probably just not as insane as Bruce, and it's got the high-range gearbox in the Dolphin, which Bruce hasn't got, and I prefer to go fast. Yeah, so that would be my recommendation, is the Dolphin. Just bring a loaf for extra fuel. And again, I mean, as long as you plan fuel within your game, like there's usually a fuel station around, or, you know, drop a trailer off at a common point that you'll be passing a lot. And then fuel's just never an issue for me. Like, yeah, it just never really becomes a problem. Even in the Dolphin, I've always got something with me that's got fuel, or I'll be driving past something I've already pre-planted that has fuel. Sorry, I can't see who said it, but another great stream. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you all joining us. Again, I like doing these live streams and chatting to you lot. I discovered you not long after my start of SnowRunner, which wasn't all that long ago. I decided after finishing Michigan to head to Amore. That's brave, brave decision. If you're not that leveled up, you're certainly going to struggle a little bit on Amore, because it takes no prisoners really. They've kind of dialed up the trollishness quite a lot. If you can get stuff like the Zik 605R sooner rather than later, that'll help you out quite a bit. As long as you've got enough done where you can unlock all the tyres and that, you should be alright, dude. Jan McIver, awesome. I'll definitely give the Dolphin a try, thanks. Yeah, no problem. It is a good truck, and it's very cheap, very well priced for what it is. It's only like 80 grand. The thing should cost near 200 grand for how good it is. Like, it'd walk all over the Derry, and it's fully upgraded. It's still 70, 80 grand cheaper than the Derry. It's a great truck, worth the buy. Yeah, no, it is. I agree. Or for you, morning. That's true. Yeah, well, it is pretty much morning now, but kind of for me, this is I don't know, evening for me. Bedtime's about, I don't know, 10 in the morning. Dinner time, 12 p.m. That's sort of when I'm off to bed. Justin Lynch, nice stream, Wolf. I appreciate it, dude, and cheers for joining us for it as well. Yeah, like I say, well, I'll call it a day there then, but overall, good result. The RNG TX 8x8 concept truck is the one you need to be able to lay the bridges. Absolutely recommend it. The bridge lay mod, not only a lot of fun, but it is actually an extremely practical way to patch some of the bits of the maps you don't like. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the gearboxes. I'm not blaming that Bartelby for that, because it was just doing it in this truck. It was doing it in the Iceberg, so that's 3 different modders now. All their trucks just started doing it, so that's obviously something freaking out within my game. Yeah, Rebel by Choice, have a good day, you too, dude. IDK, sorry, I think you said bye, but yeah, see you later, dude. Mark Rowe, good stream again, I appreciate it. Sarah Smith, night, Lone Wolf, good night. Jan McIver, well, thanks for another great stream, man, always appreciate it. You too, cheers for joining us, dude. Strike Commander, great stream. Mr. Lone Wolf. Yeah, well, thanks to everyone again for joining me. Like I say, I'll be back pretty soon. Still got that block gamma mission, or whatever the bloody hell it's called. And that'll kind of be, and maybe I'll mess around with a few mod videos as well. I might do a bit more of a bridge building video later in the week, but we'll see. I might even review this truck as well, do a proper review. Aussie man, good night. Good to see you. Keep your stick on the ice. I will do. Right, I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, thanks to everyone, and I'll be back soon.